We should be good to go. Now just to get the live stream going on howdy. Hope the audio, is the audio coming through? It should be coming through, okay. Actually, let's just double check. Yeah, I think hopefully the audio's okay. I haven't given an Obama in a while. Hope the audio. I'm even afraid to do it. What's the clicking noise? It's literally me clicking. That's what you're hearing. You're hearing me click. Are you still hearing it? I don't hear a. Is the audio coming through? It should be coming through, okay. Actually, let's just. Okay, let me see if I can fix it. It's not a fan. I have an idea. I think I know how. I think I can probably fix it. Well, first I got to get rid of this. Mute all. There we go. Is that any better? Can you hear me now? How's that? We good? Okay, cool. Great. Should be good to go. Let me turn up the volume a smidge. Like to there, maybe? Is that a good volume? Obama. Judging by the number of flat earthers calling Justin they're not dead. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. Are we a gaming channel now? Well, no, we're not a gaming channel. Maybe we are. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if we can get any bites today. Otherwise, we might just have to change the topic. I lost the God thing? No, I just like doing different topics sometimes. Thoughts on JD Vance? He's elder millennial country emo and it's embarrassing. Are we any closer to figuring out the physics of throwing it back in a circle? No. You heard that? Yeah, tell me about it. No, we are not. Sorry. Just stream games while you debate so you can cook real people while cooking digital people. My computer can't handle that, unfortunately. Maybe when I move back to the US and I get a better computer, then I can, have multiple monitors and I can do I can do gaming streams while debating, but no, I can't. Where'd I get my degree? At a university. That's where. All right, let's go make sure that the YouTube queue is okay. YouTube queue is open. Yeah, we should be good. Do you have plenty of water? I do. I need something for that cough. I'm aware. How far is the sun from the Earth in the flat Earth supermodel? They don't plan to. They don't claim to know, which is extra funny. But they claim to think it's close. Halfway through my Mackie degree, just failed my differential equation exam. Should I give up? No, you should not give up. Unless this is like the third or fourth time, then maybe, yeah, you should give up. Obviously, the Earth is reverse hot dog shape. How far is the sun from around Earth? About 93 million miles. Is the universe discrete or continuous? Hard to say. Do I like soy? Yeah. Like, I like tofu in some contexts, not in others. I like salted soybeans, edamame. That's yummy. But otherwise, generally no. Isn't it weird that the sun and moon are very similar size? Well, they're not. The sun is like enormously larger. It's just also a lot further away. Have flat earthers decided if the sun is inside or outside the dome? No, they haven't. The big parlay, this is the first time I've done this live in like a month. So I don't know where you've been seeing this, because you can go check my YouTube channel, but I haven't done this live topic in like a month. Because it tends to not get as many viewers because the flat earthers are cowards and they're too afraid to actually defend their position against somebody who knows what they're talking about. How do they know the distance, or are they just getting? No, that you can measure it. You'll never prove globe without Hollywood. Why don't you come up, Parlay? Want to come up? Here, I'll send you an invite. Can you explain today's subject? What do you mean by flat Earth is dead? Like, you mean people stop believing in it? No, what I mean is that people who believe in it shouldn't anymore because it's hilarious. Parlay, how's it going?
What's up, man?
How do you think the flat Earth works?
I wouldn't claim to know.
Okay. Do you think the Earth is flat?
I guess you could observe that, yeah.
How do you observe that?
Go on a plane, look down.
How do you tell if it's flat or not?
What is the definition of flat?
I mean, I don't know. You're the one who claims it's flat.
I never claimed it's flat. You're just asking what I observe, and I observe a flat Earth.
What does it mean to observe a flat Earth? Why don't you tell me that?
I look through my eyes and I see flat.
What does that mean? What does it mean to see flat? Oh, hold.
That's what you observe, man. It's the same thing you observe. Come on, you've been in a plane.
Parlay, 1 sec. I'm gonna drop you down and bring you back up because apparently nobody can hear your audio. So just give me 1 sec, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and re-request. Guess is much louder than me. Okay, well I will keep that. I will take that into account. I know, no guest audio. I'm aware. Wait, where'd he go? Parlay, where'd you go? We were having such a lovely conversation. You just don't want to do it anymore? You gave up? Oh, there you are. Accept. Turn that down a little bit. All right, welcome back. Sorry about that. Hopefully people can hear you now. I don't want anybody thinking that I'm silencing you.
No, I don't think I could. I thought I was talking.
Yeah, so let's just make. Yeah, I mean, I could hear you, obviously. Okay, so still no audio?
Let me drop down. I'm going to go outside. I'll just sit in my vehicle, see if that changes anything.
Wait, hold on. I'm stupid. Go ahead. I'm stupid. No, you're good. You're good. It's the... Damn it. That was my fault. That was super my fault, by the way. I didn't know that I could... It was my fault. It was definitely my fault. There was a button that I pressed that muted all of my desktop audio. It was my fault. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. Is this a debate about flat Earth? Yeah, it was. We'll bring him back, though. We'll bring him back. He says that he observes the Earth flat, and I just want to know what that means. Like, I don't know. Like, I can observe a lot of things that aren't the way that a thing is. A flat earther sitting in his vehicle? Unbelievable. I know! What do you think about the cosmological argument? I think it's, like, really bad. Is he hovering over the Earth? He's traveling, not hovering. Oh, alright, we'll give him a sec. We do have another person in the guest box, but I want to bring him back. Because he seems like a true believer. And you know, true believers are, if even if they're impossible to reach, they're still fun to talk to. By the way, y'all, if you're watching from YouTube or TikTok, regardless of where you are, make sure to like the live. So that means tapping the screen if you're on TikTok, clicking the little like button if you're on YouTube. And if you haven't yet, follow along and or subscribe. Both cool things to do. And if you want, you can join a Discord server that we have where you can participate in live discussions in the live discussions channel of the Discord, where you can definitely say things that will get you censored on TikTok. All right, let's, I need money. Did I ask for money? This is like one of my favorite topics to debate, bro. But okay. How can I counter the cosmological argument? Well, it requires knowing something about cosmology. So if you don't know anything about cosmology, you might have a hard time. But then again, the person you're talking to also probably doesn't know anything about cosmology. All right, hold on. Let's go see if we can find him again. What the fuck, Blitz? The Jew pops up every now and then? What? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, he's back in the guest box. Great. Sorry about that. I didn't see you in the guest box. Right. So people should be able to hear you. It was 100% my fault. There was a little like mute audio button that I guess had been clicked and I didn't unclick it. So you should be good now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you say that you can get on a plane and you can look at the window and you can observe it's flat. What would it look like if it weren't flat?
If it were a globe?
Yeah. What would it look like out of an airplane window?
Well, you exactly would be able to observe it. Even with cameras, you'd be able to observe angles.
What kind of angles? Like, you mean curvature, like
relative to
like
flat.
side curvature? You mean like where the horizon is lower than the than eye level? Like, what do you mean?
I mean, it's when you look, it's flat. If it was curved, it would be curved. You would see it curved.
So if it was curved, maybe you would expect to see it to be like slightly curved, so the edges would be slightly lower than the middle, something like that.
Like when you look left to right, it's the same. If you were on a ball, it wouldn't be. If you look up and down, it would.
And maybe if you were maybe if it wasn't curved, the horizon wouldn't actually be exactly at eye level. It would be slightly below eye level, something like that.
I'm not too sure because horizon and perspective, they all line up the same, right? Yeah, I don't think you could see to the end of flat Earth. Like then it goes on to the conversation of, well, you should be able to stand on Mount Everest and see the whole world then, and that's just not the case, right?
What if I told you that you actually can see left-right curvature on a plane with cameras?
Sure.
Want me to show you it?
Yeah, you can pull out some of your evidence, man.
Yeah, let me show you. One second.
You want your fans to see it?
Well, I want you to see it because, you know, it's pretty convincing. In my opinion, anyway. Just getting it open. I don't know why it thinks that this website's not safe. This website's perfectly safe. I want to choose the Brave window. There we go.
And you'll give her my bank card?
All right. Where is it?
Sorry about that.
I don't know why, but okay, hold on. Let me just pop up a new window.
Are you gonna pick her up as well?
Browser window.
Sorry.
There we go. Can you see this? Oh,
yeah.
That's the wrong one. That is the YouTube chat. Actually, this is what we wanted. There we go. You can see that?
Sure. Yeah.
It's a paper. It's, you know,
Okay.
academically reviewed, scientifically published, entitled Visually Discerning the Curvature of the Earth. So this scientist, named David K. Lynch, he went up on a passenger jet, 35,000 feet, and he got out a camera and he tried to discern the curvature of the Earth. And so first he had to figure out where the horizon was going to be. So he used some brightness data points, and he noted that whether you're high up in the air or whether you're right by the ocean, the peak of brightness occurs at the horizon. So that's a good way to figure out where the horizon is. And then here's some pictures, just to illustrate the field of views. Now, here's some pictures that he took using the same lens at the beach. So you can see that there is some barrel distortion. Namely, if the horizon is above the middle point, it'll curve up. If it's below the middle point, it'll curve down.
Blitz, if you read these papers and you take them for solid gold, that's you, brother. You know what I mean?
Wait, so you don't care about this, do you? Because
it's not that I don't care about it, but it's a tiny. You're looking at a tiny lens that could be easily fooling people. That could be foolish, man.
I wasn't even. I mean, the point. So you realize that what I'm going over with you right now is the methodology used, so we can know exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's keep talking.
Nobody else can really replicate this. Like when I go up on a plane,
you literally can. That's the whole reason why the methodology is public, right? You can do this yourself. So when the horizon is in the middle line,
20 years ago, Blitz.
When the horizon is in the middle line, there's no distortion. When the horizon is below the middle line, there is distortion downward. So the important point is that all we need to do is place the horizon in the middle, and there will be no lens distortion. So that's what he does.
So I guess my question is, like, what were all the Blitz doing and saying when, like, 20 to 30 years ago, the NASA documents that were being published were saying that they were going over a flat, non-rotating Earth? Like, what do you...
You there? You there? Hello? You muted yourself, by the way.
Rotating Earth.
You were muted. I couldn't hear anything that you just said.
So I'm saying, what were all the Dr. Blitzes? Like I know there wasn't TikTok then, but there was definitely people, going against debates. What? Yeah, no. Are you listening, Blitz?
I can hear you.
Okay, right on. So what were all the people like you doing when NASA was coming out with the information that they're flying over a non-rotating flat Earth? Like, what were all you guys doing when they were coming out with this information?
Well, they never said that. You're referring to...
Well, just go to Google for
I know,
your fans.
I know what you're referring to. You're referring to...
Please, come on, please.
So, Parlay.
Fans, brother. Don't
you're referring... I made a video about this like 2 weeks ago.
All right.
3 weeks ago. So
am I goated 1-0 right now? Is this a 1-0 situation?
What?
We have to look at my evidences too, bro.
Okay.
Come on,
sure,
you're showing everyone.
Yeah, we can go look at the NASA 1984 engineering, or it's an aircraft model.
Just go into Google and just put NASA flight documentation. I'm pretty sure you're
referring to this, right? Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're referring to this exact document.
Well, they have more than just one, but yeah, there you go.
This one, right?
Nice.
I'm like, you think I don't know? You think I don't know this? Like,
I know you do. So
okay,
can you go down and just show that part?
Yeah. 1 sec. Sorry. Oops. I don't want to move that. So we're gonna go look at the whole thing, yeah? So let's just scroll down.
Summarization.
So here's it's table of contents. We don't have to read that. All right. Let's start here. This report documents the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. The derivation makes no assumptions... please, we're not done. Please. The derivation makes no assumptions of reference trajectory or vehicle symmetry. The linear system equations are derived and evaluated along a general trajectory and include both aircraft dynamics and observation variables. Great. So what do you think that this summary means?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I mean, you can read, right?
You're
What
the
does it mean?
doctor. You're the doctor, brother.
Wait,
Elaborate.
you can read, right? Why don't you tell? I mean, like you thought it. If this is your piece of evidence, you should be able to explain it to me, shouldn't you?
It's not my piece of evidence, man. It's just a NASA publication.
Wait,
right?
oh, it's not your piece of evidence? Didn't you just a minute
I
ago
don't
say
need
that?
man.
Oh,
my
wait, hold
evidence
on,
has come
hold
through
on.
personal experience.
Didn't you just say, oh, we looked at your evidence, aren't we going to look at mine? So isn't this your evidence?
I'm just saying, look at my information. Yeah, show my.
Okay,
content.
so tell me, what does this mean?
That means that when they were getting people to go through their schooling and shoving information down their throats, they were letting them know that they're flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. Brother.
No, what do you think this summary is saying? I want you to summarize it in your own words.
Just read it, bro. You just read it.
I already did. I want you to summarize it. I want you to tell me what it means. Can you do that?
Did, man. The flight, when you're flying over, when they're flying, it's over a flat, non-rotating Earth.
Wait, is this talking about real airplanes?
So they're just fucking sending this information out.
Do you see the word linear aircraft model?
So why don't you try to summarize it how you take it and how you think people should take it?
Well, maybe it would help. Maybe it would help if we read more than the first 3 sentences, right? The need for linear models of aircraft for the analysis of vehicle dynamics and control law design is well known. These models are widely used not only for computer applications, but also for quick approximations and desk calculations. So you know what they're doing in this paper, right? They're coming up with a set of equations, that's what a linear aircraft model is, that are able to reasonably well approximate what airplanes are actually doing. But notably, this is a model, which is useful for quick approximations. So they're going to make lots of assumptions. In fact, they actually tell you 3 of them in the very first sentence. They say that it's rigid, meaning the aircraft doesn't bend or flex at all. They're telling you that it has constant mass, meaning that it doesn't use any fuel, and that it's over a flat, non-rotating Earth. So there are 3 assumptions going into this, none of which are true. Do you think that planes use fuel?
Bro, they have not proved a globe without Hollywood. Like,
wait, so can you answer the question, or can you answer the question, or are you just gonna like cry?
I'm sure not crying, man.
Can you answer the question?
You sound like you're getting upset, brother.
Can you answer the question?
The question is redundant, man. Like,
what was the question that I asked you? What was the question that I asked you?
I asked you a question before all of this.
I answered it.
What were the people like you doing to negate this information 40 years ago? Like, what were you guys doing?
We read it and recognized that they weren't telling us the Earth was flat.
So what were they telling you then?
They're telling you that this is a useful approximation for simple calculations.
Oh, so that's what you took from it, eh?
Well, I mean, considering that I've read more than the first 3 sentences, I've actually read like a big chunk of this. I haven't read the whole thing because it's 100 pages long. But I think that you've only read the first sentence.
So you literally will never be able to demonstrate water sticking to a ball, spinning around, let alone zebras upside down in the bottom of the world.
That's a cool deflection, but can you answer my question now?
You watched it on Avatar and you've watched Hollywood movies.
Can you answer my question now?
Yeah, I believe it.
Can you answer my question now?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, so do planes use fuel?
What, for
Airplanes.
like liftoff and stuff?
Just for flying in general.
Not very much, man.
Okay, but they do use some, right?
A little, yeah.
Okay, so does their mass stay constant?
Sure.
It does. So when they burn the fuel, there's no exhaust or anything?
There shouldn't be, no.
Wait, you don't think that planes... Where do you think the fuel goes when they burn it?
I don't know, man. In space.
No,
with all the Martians.
They let it out to the air. What? Wait, do you know how exhausts work? How engines work?
I'm not sure, man. I don't.
Okay, so simple lesson. So whenever you have any sort of engine, right? Like it's a car or a plane or a boat, whatever, and it uses fuel, it burns fuel. It takes that fuel, combines it with air, and then shoots the exhaust product, out the back. or
Yeah.
out some port. But that means that the fuel that you carried with you is gone after you burn it. So the thing has to weigh less, right?
Yeah.
So why do they say constant mass in this report?
How's the job search going, man?
Why do they say, why can't you answer the question?
Bro,
Why
you're
do they
so
say
smart. Like,
why do they say constant mass?
I do get you, man. I do get you. You take the paper and twist it around, use a couple of
I-
smart words, and life's good. But
wait, what smart words did I use? I'm just reading the first sentence.
sheesh, man. Do you have proof that the world is a ball, man?
Okay, so can you not answer the question? If you can't answer the question, that's fine. You can admit it, and then we can move on.
I can't answer the question, Blitz.
Okay, great.
Can't answer
If you want to move,
man.
okay, we can move on.
I read it and you read it, and we took different takes.
This isn't an agree to disagree moment. This is a you don't understand what the first sentence of the paper says. No, like seriously,
sure,
you don't understand why this phrase constant mass is in this first sentence.
Yeah, I don't understand it, bro.
I mean, you didn't know. You just said you didn't know. Which is fine.
That's what I just said. I said it 2 times now, man. How many times you got to say
Okay,
it?
if you want to change topics, okay, we can. So now what? You want to? I mean, you never actually did look at my evidence, but that's fine because it destroys your worldview.
You said you're the one putting flat Earth is dead, man. But the truth is, it seems like flat Earth is only growing and growing and growing, and it just
why is
like
Jeranism not a
you
flat
guys are
earther
the only
anymore?
ones that are holding to it so dearly, the globe, but you have
Why is
no
one of the
proof,
biggest?
man.
Why is one of the?
Hollywood.
Why is one of the biggest flat earthers of 2024 not a flat earther anymore?
I don't know. How much money? You tell me.
I don't think he got paid at all.
How much money would it take for somebody to just change their opinion on something? Let's get into that topic.
I don't think that it would take a lot of money or any money for someone to change their opinion on something if they have integrity.
Yeah, true. You're right. Everybody, yeah. Nobody's got a price, eh?
Well, I mean, lots of people have prices, but you don't have to get paid to change your opinion if you have integrity. Right? Like, I mean, if you were genuinely convinced that you were wrong, you would change your position, right?
And who are you claiming that knows that he's wrong now? The guy that went to the final experiment, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Jeranism.
So he's converted back to globe?
Yep. Actually, I don't know if he thinks it's a globe, but he says he's not a flat earther anymore. Actually, no. I think he did say that he believes it's a globe now. That took like a month, but I think that he's fully on board the globe now.
Yeah. Because, like, if they were in a location, I'm not saying that they were, but if they were in the location close to the north, they would have the sun all day, right? You know that, eh?
Well, not in December.
It would look very similar to Antarctica.
Yeah. It's just in the North Pole there isn't.
That's just a common theory, right? I don't even know if that's floating around. I'm just saying that you do know that, like, none of
not on a flat Earth.
like that.
On a globe, yeah. Not on a flat Earth though.
On a flat Earth for sure.
How do you see a 24-hour sun in the south on a flat Earth?
I said in the north.
Oh, in the north, absolutely,
Or
yeah, sure.
supposed north.
Sure.
So if they were shooting the footage in the north, then they could emulate that exact image of being in an ice cold environment with a 24-hour sun.
Except they were shooting the footage in December, and in December in the north, it's dark, not daytime.
Yeah. Again, that's your supposed theory.
That's not a theory. They live streamed.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's your supposed theory. That's where they were at that time.
They had a tracker on them the whole time.
I don't know, man. I just know Hollywood is convincing, bro. So you got to be careful.
People thought the Earth was a globe long before Hollywood existed.
Your whole life, you'll never get to drive a car you want to drive, do the job you want to do. You're just locked up in the same conversation every day. Because, like, at the end of the day, Blitz, round or flat, it's not going to change your occupation, man. Right?
I
not
mean,
gonna
if it
change
was
what you
flat,
do
if
in
it
the
was
world
flat,
to
I would
change the world.
definitely go publish the first paper about it and get my Nobel Prize.
Okay, so then there's a small piece of you that's even still hoping that it's flat.
Well, unfortunately, I know it's not.
Well, there you
It'd be
go.
great if
At
it
least for
was,
the
but I know it's not.
That's just coming out of your mouth, right, man? That almost just sounded like an undercover flat earther. Like,
You
I'll
know
be
me.
the first to have the nicest paper. All these conversations, I got the best paper waiting to write.
Yep.
Not bad, man.
I know the most about flat Earth of any working physicist. Wish I didn't, but I do.
I don't doubt it, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first came up and I said I see you on here a lot, like you know how the algorithms works, man. The guy opens up his app and the guy opens up on his page, man. So not bad, man. You'll be flat Earth soon, man. I'm sure.
I've been doing this
is
for
gonna come out
years.
soon, right?
I've been doing this for years. That's what they've all been saying the whole time.
Well, I mean, just look around you, man. It's flat.
I look around all the time. Anything else you want to talk about, Parlay, or you want to call it there?
That's good, man. Have a good day.
Take care. God, I still have morning voice. All right, let's bring up JT. We don't. I should look up the recent model, but hey, how's it going? What shape do you think the Earth is?
I think it is round. I just have one question. It'll be like 30.
All right, what do you want?
Just what is your best argument against tag? Because that's what I've
don't let them burden shift. When they say blah 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 is a necessary precondition for blah blah blah, and then you ask them to prove it, they'll say, oh well, is there an alternative explanation? And that's them burden shifting. Just don't let them burden shift.
Gotcha. Just make them answer.
Make them actually defend their position. Yeah. All right, Dorian.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You gotta go.
See you
later. All right. Got that morning voice. JT, where is it's called the 2012 linear aircraft modeling. Thank you. Linear aircraft modeling. By the way, remember to like the live, and if you're watching on YouTube or on TikTok, like that live, do the lovely thing. And follow along, subscribe, have a coffee. No can do, because it's like 8:30. (2012) linear aircraft model. I don't see that anywhere, actually. I see the 1988 one. The engineering analysis and design of the... No, I'm not in America. No. Oh, here we go. Great. Oh, this is a 300-page document. Yeah, I found it. It's good to have in the back pocket, if you will. All right, let's bring up a guest. All right, let's bring up Lewis. Lewis, how's it going?
Hola. Todo bien.
What shape do you think the Earth is?
No, I don't. I know it's geoid, but I literally had another question.
No, go away. Bring up Maven. Maven, how's it going?
It's good. How's it?
I'm doing all right. What shape do you think the Earth is?
The Earth is flat.
Why do you think so?
I'm standing on the Earth right now.
Oh, really?
Standing on the Earth right now.
Want to turn on your video for us?
Impossible on a ball.
Want to turn on the
It will be impossible on a ball.
You want to turn on your camera for us?
No.
Oh, then how can you
It's
prove to
evening
us
here.
that you're how can you prove that you're at the edge?
Not on the edge. On the Earth. The
Wait.
Earth is flat.
Ah.
Flat and level.
Okay, how do you know it's flat and level?
Because I'm standing on it.
But I'm sitting on it. Seems perfectly round to me.
You're sitting on what? You are sitting on a globe.
Yes.
Nigga, let's make this clear. You are sitting
Did he
on
just
the
say what I
globe. You
thought
are
he said?
upside down right now.
No,
You
you're
are
upside down.
right now.
No, you're upside down.
No, you are upside down. Right
No,
now.
you're upside down.
Me, I'm on top of the earth. Me, I'm on top of the earth.
Did he slur?
You are upside down.
It was. I don't know if I caught it. Yeah. So look, why do you think the Earth is flat?
Because I'm outside right now and the earth is flat. I can see that it's flat.
Ah,
My eyes don't lie.
And yet when I look, it looks obviously round. So what do we do from there?
You have never been high enough to see the globe.
I have been. So have you. Have you been on an airplane before?
Why do I need to go on an airplane?
Oh, well then maybe you haven't been high enough to see the globe, but I have.
So you need to be high.
Yeah, you can be like in an airplane.
What are you smoking?
I'm not smoking anything. Are you smoking something?
You little Jew. Listen, the earth is flat. The earth.
Did you just say little Jew?
You look like a Jew.
What does a Jew look like?
You look exactly like Jesus.
I look like Jesus?
Yeah, with a big ass nose.
Wait, so okay, I do have a big nose. I'll give you that. And is it a good thing that I look like Jesus? Because thank you, I guess.
No, it's worse because Jesus will break your nose. If you heard him speaking the shit that you are speaking right now, he will break your nose. Go to Germany.
Wait a minute, I'm confused.
Go to Germany.
Wait, so is it good?
St. Pauli, Germany,
is it good to look?
Hamburg.
Is it good to look like Jesus, or is it bad to look like Jesus?
To him, right and wrong, he does not understand those concepts.
Wait, can you answer? Like, is it good to look like Jesus, or is it bad to look like Jesus?
If you deny him, you deny that he exists.
I don't deny.
You say
what?
the earth is round or whatever. Jesus, you deny Jesus.
Are you
seen
struggling?
Some of your prompts.
Are you struggling?
Struggling with what?
Your mental health.
No.
You sure?
I don't have any mental health.
I can tell that you don't have any mental health.
So you look like a Jew. Are you a Jew? You deny Jesus. Jesus will break your nose.
Yes, I deny Jesus. Wait, Jesus will break my nose?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought Jesus turned the other cheek.
Wait, that's what he told his disciples. Are you confused?
Yeah. Aren't we supposed to turn the other cheek? Why would Jesus break my nose?
Are you a disciple of Jesus?
No.
Now, why should you turn the other cheek? He will just break your nose.
No.
Listen, you little Jew.
He should turn the other cheek. All right, your slurs are getting weird.
Google G.
What a weird guy. What a weird guy. Smartest flat earther, by the way. Look, it's called a powerful nose, okay? Like it's like fully fucking there, okay? Anyway, guest box is currently open. If anybody in the guest box, if anybody either on YouTube or on TikTok wants to come in and have a conversation with me about the shape of the earth and not about the shape of my nose, feel free to hop in the box and have a conversation about it. I'm generally pretty reasonable guy. McToon, you're famous. Why don't you debate him? McToon doesn't want to debate me. McToon and I are buds. At least lightly acquainted. Friendly fire? What friendly fire? Does gas pressure ever debate you? He used to. He hasn't in a very long time. Yep. It purified the vulgar and horribleness. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. What would debate? Yeah. Exactly. I agree. I would look silly with a smaller nose. Tag K-Podgy, right? Oh, that'd be so funny. Yeah, MC Tunes in the YouTube chat, y'all. Go watch on YouTube if you're not already. The Earth is nose-shaped. It's true. The Earth is nose-shaped. Do I like biology? Eh? Yeah, honestly, we could all take Jesus in a fight. Dude was emaciated. Especially after a few days on the cross. Like, man, easy pickings. Is that tasteless? I feel like that might be tasteless. I mean, who am I kidding? Like, I don't care. But still, funny. Oh yeah, not Korean Jesus. Korean Jesus could kick my ass. Too soon. That's funny. All right, we have a guest from Harris.
Yep.
Harris, how's it going?
Hello, Dr. Blitz. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What shape do you think the Earth is?
Oh, it's not flat. Let's put it that way.
Okay,
There's
why?
overwhelming evidence for that. So I had a question.
So
I
why'd
asked
you wait? Why'd you join?
Because I have a question. I asked you 2 weeks ago. You said something very, very interesting. I've been looking very far, but I didn't find. You know, with the octuple and quadruple axis.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you in the comment section. You did answer me. You said that has been refuted, but I've been looking very, very hard. I haven't found anything. Can you help me, please?
I don't remember the context.
Okay, so it's the axis of evil in physics. You know, the alignment.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
real
The reason I said that was refuted was I was looking at the Wikipedia article again, and I found it said.
Oh.
No, sorry, it wasn't on the Wikipedia article. I'd have to go find it again. But today's
No,
not Ask a
you're right.
Physicist Day.
Okay, you're right. There's just one article that said that, you know, it might be dust or something because of the W map. But Max Tegmark, he said that, you know, with the new Planck data that when they received it, he said, look, I don't have any answer. So when you said that has been refuted, I was very surprised.
I read that somewhere. That it's actually been like generally considered dead for a while. But again, not Ask a Physicist Day, so I gotta let you go. Yeah, there's a guy, this user 917 whatever, Ash has thoughts. Unfollowing someone because they're Jewish is like a wild game. Especially when I'm literally giving you free education. That's just like, that's a fucking wild, what a wild day. It really is wild. Yeah. That's just straight up bigotry, actually. In fact, I'm actually just gonna block you. Now you don't have to unfollow me, because I blocked you. What's the best argument you've heard from these people, if any? There is no good argument. There are zero good arguments for it at all. Are most flat earthers religious? Yeah, the vast majority. I've met a few atheists who are flat earthers, but like most of them are not. I give Penn Badgley Elon Musk vibes. Why does everybody say I give Elon Musk vibes? It's insulting. Why do you do this live so often? I haven't done this live in like a month. Anyway, so if you're watching from TikTok, make sure that you're tapping on the screen to get more people in here, and make sure to share it with the known flat earthers because, you know, bait them. Make them think that they're a coward if they don't show up. If you're watching on YouTube, I don't know, click the like button or something. I guess that's the thing that you can do. But also, go send this around to the Flat Earth Discords. I'm sure there's plenty. Jay, how's it going?
Good. How's it going, Dr. Blitz?
Going all right. What shape do you think the Earth is? I assume you think it's round, so...
It's round, yeah.
Then get out!
No, I haven't.
This is not Ask a Physicist Day. This is Join If You're Opposition Day. I know you have a question. This is not Ask a Physicist. This is opposition only. Everybody always forgets the rules. Get Katie Didden on here. She probably is. Somebody goes send it to her, and we'll probably be able to bring her over. Earth is locally flat. Everything is locally flat. It turns out, as long as it's modelable by a differentiable manifold. That's what differentiable manifolds are. I should say like Riemannian manifolds, right? Who's Katie Didden? Katie Didden is a flat earther who hosts lives pretty frequently. I'm glad, Stephen. I'm glad you just found the live. How long will I be on today? I don't know. I should really put a disclaimer on my background. What kind of disclaimer? Got a question, but not about flat Earth. You can ask questions in the comments, absolutely. A charging point. What? Oh, I sound better. I feel better, but my voice is still like raspy. And and I'm still coughing a bit. Can heavy elements be formed at absolute zero utilizing the stillness principle and proximity? No, because there's still a bunch of electrostatic repulsions between nuclei. Have you ever debated Caleb? Yeah, way back in the day before he admitted he was a Nazi. Is this a new mic? No. The Earth is flat. Nubian, get in the box. Welcome, Nubian. How's it going?
Hello. Yeah, it's going good. It's going good.
The Earth is flat, eh?
It's definitely flat.
Why do you say so?
Well, you can see. You can. Have you heard of the or do you know of the circular star patterns?
Why don't you tell me about it?
Circular star patterns?
Yeah, tell me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
You frozen?
I can hear you. Tell me about it. Can you hear me? You there?
No? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, the circular star patterns. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On the globe, on your imaginary globe, all right? There's a delay. There's something wrong.
There's no delay for me. Seems fine for me.
There's something wrong with your live stream.
All right, I'll kick you out and then feel free to rejoin. Okay.
Because when you talk, your mouth isn't. When I can hear your words, but your mouth isn't speaking, and then you stop talking and your mouth moves. So there's something out of sync there.
Try closing the app and reopening it.
Let me continue anyway.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
You there? Yeah, no, I mean it's fine on my end. And like I can see it because I can see the source. But if it's probably just a bad connection on his end. We'll get him in a minute. Look, if I was seeing somebody's mouth not sync up with their words, it would throw me off too. Like it would break my brain. All right, Nubian, you coming back, Nubian? No, he wasn't coming from YouTube. He was coming from TikTok. There we go. Can you hear me all right now?
Okay. Yep, it's good, good.
All right, cool. So you were telling me.
Right, now what I was saying was the yep, circular star patterns. Yep. Have you heard of the circular star patterns? The star trails.
Why don't you tell me about them?
It's a question.
Oh, there is massive lag. Yeah, I asked you to tell me about them.
No, come on. We're having a conversation now. Yes, it's either yes, you've heard of them, or no, you haven't.
Yeah, there's some really, really bad lag. No. It's just some long delay. Newbie, and if you're still here, try closing the app and then reopening the app. And then if that doesn't work, try turning off your Wi-Fi. But yeah, it was a really, really long delay. There was like a 5-second or 10-second lag. Anyway, yeah, unplug it and plug it back in. I mean, like, I'd love to hear what he has to say. I appreciate you, Nicole. By the way, all, if you want to support what I'm doing, if you like what I'm doing, like this live, right? The more people we can get in here, the more conversations we can have. Also, if for some reason you want to give me money, then do it. There's a Cash App in the description on YouTube and in the link tree in my bio. If that doesn't work, there's also like a Buy Me a Coffee link, which is just like another donation link. So yeah. That's only if you want me to, though. If you want to, though. Would you debate a flat earther? Yeah, I have debated Witsit. Twice, I think. I don't even know if he's a flat earther anymore, actually. Am I sick? I'm getting over a cold. Where's the debate? Just look up, I think it was on Jeranism's channel. Yeah, look up Jeranism, Dr. Blitz, Witsit gets it. The first one was recorded, the second one was not. Or if it was on like some like tiny channel and I don't remember where. It was on that one was on a Discord. Why were you live at such weird times recently? I was in New Zealand. If the Earth was actually a ball, can anyone explain why there isn't any unedited images of Earth? Well, there are. There are photos of Earth that are unedited, yeah. Yeah, I was on modern day debates against some like nobodies, which is really a bummer. I know what he's, yeah, will I ever appear on the line again? I don't know, I'd love to, but Forrest hasn't reached out to me, and I've tried reaching out to him, and you know, so who knows? I'm actually going to be on Truth Wanted on Friday though. So do I teach at a university? No, not currently. I'm a researcher. And what research study do you do? I do mathematical physics, differential geometry, general relativity. Show me an image of the Earth that's unedited? Okay. We'll pull one up. Oops. One sec. How about this? Sorry, not that. This one. It's a photo. Photograph. Everyone you ever knew, except 3 people, were in this photo. It's not upside down. That was just the orientation that the Earth was in. Where's the stars? Well, if you underexpose enough that you can see, because the Earth is really bright, it reflects a lot of light. If you underexpose enough that you can see the details on the Earth, like from the clouds and stuff, then you're not going to be exposed enough to see the stars. Why is the continent so big? It's just it's the focal length combined with the actual distance in the zoom, right? Where was it taken from? It was taken on the way to the moon. Why do some gyroscopes not detect Earth's claimed 15 degrees per hour rotation? Which ones? Bradley, why don't you hop up and join? We can talk about these without having to go through the comments. Would you debate geocentrists like Robert Sunganis? Probably not, because geocentrism is like consistent with relativity. I don't know who Joel and Mezzo are. Kitty is not around, no. Harris, what shape do you think the Earth is?
I think it's round.
Okay, why'd you join?
Well, because I remember having a conversation with you last week. Remember that?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm a Muslim. We spoke about an hour regarding Islam. I don't know if you can talk about that, or
it's not the topic for today. No.
No, so we can't talk about that. Okay, great. So, just a fun fact: the Quran mentions the Earth is round. It's very interesting.
I've met Muslims who say otherwise.
Well, they are very, very stupid and shallow for saying that.
I agree, but I got to kick you out because you don't disagree.
The Quran does not say that.
All right, let's talk to Lotter. Lothar.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't request to join, but I love your lives, Blitz.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, I'm not a flat earther.
You didn't answer me on Discord. Who are you? I don't know who you are. He was tapping. Yeah, I understand that. Pretty sure, Goth Peter Pan, why don't you join the guest box? There's a link in the background. You can just join and we can talk about it. I'm Forrest? No, I'm talking about Forrest Valkai, not you, Forrest. I'm on lunch at work. Well, if you're on lunch at work, then you can join, can't you? What did Forrest Valkai do? He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He just doesn't seem to. I don't know. He just didn't seem. He just doesn't seem particularly keen in getting me back on the line, which is fine. He doesn't owe it to me. I can't have a dynamic background. My computer can't handle it. I watched a debate between the guy from TFE and Stephen Alonso, and Stephen Alonso is just like a big fat liar. Like, he just admits to lying all the time. Why don't stars change despite Earth's motion? They do. They do change. No. I actually really admire Forrest. And you know, he invited me to be on the line at some point. And I thought it went okay, and the comments seemed to like me a lot. But and I said, yeah, feel free to reach out if you ever want to have me back on, and he never did. So. I really want Caleb in here, but bro is probably gooning to himself. So true. Oh my god, that's so true. He absolutely would be. I've ever debated with Nathan Thompson so many times. Dude's a child. He even came up with a nickname for me. Yeah, I don't know. He may just be busy. Yeah, no, I understand that. If Flat Earth is dead, why are more people talking about it than ever? I don't know if that's true, actually. Radar obviously wouldn't work on a ball. The radar juice would slide off. True. Was Darth Dawkins the worst person you ever debated with? Unfortunately, no. Alex, how's it going?
Whoa, I got in quick, dude. What's up?
Not a whole lot. What shape do you think the Earth is?
Well, listen, man, when you look at the Bible, you got to believe now the flat earth is... I'm just messing, man. Jesus loves you.
The Dawkins debate was really funny. I absolutely agree with you on that. So we're chasing the sun through space. Yep. Yes, we are. Do you watch Anton Petrov? No. Oh, I'm in Flat Earth Discord servers. I had a glow up. I haven't stopped looking. I haven't stopped looking like this in the whole time I've been on TikTok. Is the Dawkins debate recorded somewhere? Yeah, look up Tom Rabbit, Darth Dawkins, Blitz, or something on YouTube. Come on, First Century, you're not a flat earther.
Well, you know, I'm not convinced 100%, but what bothers me is the fish lens camera used consistently to trick people.
I don't think it's used to trick people. It's used because it gets a wide field of view.
Yeah, but it's not presented that way. It's like people post the videos and they say, "Look how round it is."
Okay, well that's not the fault of the people who take the pictures, take the videos.
So you would admit that most of those videos cannot be taken the way they look, correct?
Yeah, of course not.
So when do we start to observe that curvature?
You can see it from an airplane.
What's that?
It's just very slight.
What was the name of that famous scientist? Neil something Tyson or something?
What about him?
You know what I mean? Well, he said that it's not possible to see the curvature.
And he is wrong.
Really well, you know, if you use a fish lens camera.
Nope, you don't need a fisheye lens to see the curvature on an airplane.
On an airplane?
On an airplane.
Oh, well, you know, I personally have not observed it, to be honest. But,
you can't see it with human eyes. Like you do need a camera, but it's not the fisheye lens that lets you see it.
So you need a special camera to see the
No,
curvature.
you can just use a normal camera. You just need to actually like do a careful analysis of the image that you collect.
Of what?
You have to like do a careful analysis of the photograph because it's very, very slight. So you have to like actually do some, it's not enough to just be like, looks curved to me. You actually have to like get out a ruler and make measurements and stuff like that.
Well, you know, let's say if we look at a circle, like a piece of like a pizza pie, right?
Yeah.
If we look at a pizza pie from above, it's gonna appear curved, the edge of it, right?
Sure, but they don't. But flat earthers don't think that the Earth is like a pizza pie. They think that it goes on forever.
Yeah, but there is a certain edge which is the ice, right?
Eyes don't have an edge.
Well, you know, when you look at the pizza pie.
Oh, you mean the
crust,
ice? You mean the ice? Yeah, they don't think that you can see the ice from anywhere except like maybe near it.
Yeah, but when you see the horizon, right? The horizon would be appearing at a different length for you. I mean, at the same length, but as you look around, it will be forming a circle.
Yeah, and it should. And depending on depending on your elevation, it should always, the circle will just be bigger or smaller, but it should always rise to eye level if the Earth is flat.
It should rise to eye level
Mm-hmm.
if the Earth is flat. Can you explain that?
As in, the horizon should always be exactly at eye level, regardless of how high above it you are.
So when you look right and left, it's going to be the eye level?
On a flat Earth, yes. But that's not what we see.
So what do we see? Do we actually observe
It
like
dips below the eye level.
It dips. You mean like
the horizon is the horizon? So if you're looking forward, straight forward, the horizon will be slightly below straight.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but when you use a camera, you can actually bring back those boats back.
We're not talking about
view.
boats. This has nothing to do with boats.
So if you would use a camera, the horizon would be in a different place.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, the horizon depends on the optics, right? How far you can see.
No.
It depends on atmospheric conditions.
It depends on atmospheric conditions, yeah. It doesn't depend on the lens of your camera or your eyes.
Well, if let's say it's a cloudy day, I mean, I can obviously cannot see as far as on a clear
Yeah, and
day.
a lens won't fix that. And you also can't see the horizon in that case.
Well, I think the horizon would be what I can see.
No, the horizon is defined as the line connecting the sky and the ground.
Well, you got me confused. Anyway, I have to run. I'm entering the highway. I apologize. It was
All
nice
right,
talking
take
to you.
care. All right, let's bring up another guest. Remember to like the live if you're watching on TikTok. If we can get up to 100K likes, well, I don't know, man. I'll put my hair down, and I know you guys like to see that. And if you're watching from YouTube, make sure to like the live as well. Because if we can get to, oh, I don't know, let's say 50 likes on YouTube, I'll put my hair down there as well. So, man, how's it going, 818? I'd like to see that. And if you're watching from YouTube, make sure to like the live as well. Oh, he left. Is there any genuinely intelligent physicist that believes in a flat Earth? Not only is there none of those, there's no physicists at all that believe in a flat Earth. How's it going? What shape do you think the Earth is?
Hi, I think it's round, but I want to ask you a question.
You have to
as
be
a
quick then.
physicist. Why don't
Today-
we feel the
Go ahead.
Earth's rotation?
Because it's very, very slow. That's why.
But it's like we move like 100 kilometers an hour or whatever.
Yeah, but the tangential speed has nothing to do with the acceleration that you would feel from its rotation. The acceleration you feel from its rotation is its angular speed squared times the radius of the thing that you're on. And it works out to be about 0.003 meters per second squared is the acceleration at the equator. And that's like less than 1/10 of what the human body can actually measure. So it's just too small.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right,
Have a
let's
great
bring on
day.
another guest. All right, True Investments. You want to debunk the round Earth? All right, let's bring you up. Come on up, bud. All right, True Invest. All right, and TikTok beat y'all. All right, True Investments, what you got for me?
Hello,
You want to debunk the round Earth there?
I sure do.
All right. Why do you think the Earth is flat?
Well, I think you don't see any curvatures. I mean, do y'all really believe that the stars and all that are out there? I don't believe that.
It's a good troll. I'll give you credit for that.
Hello?
Can you hear me? No, he's doing a voice.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Blitz?
Yeah, go ahead.
How many galaxies do you think there are in the world?
Oh, this does sound like Mike Burgandy. Get out of here, Mike. You're right. That was Mike Burgandy. Good. Ah, that's such a good read. Karen, how's it going? How's it going?
I'm good, thank you. I just have a question, Doctor.
Sure.
What is your degree in? I just really enjoy listening to you.
I have a PhD in physics.
Oh, physics. Oh my gosh. I can't even get through algebra. I believe in a round Earth. But
Good.
if the Earth is flat, wouldn't all the other planets have to be flat too?
They don't think other planets are real.
Oh, what about the sun and the moon and?
They think that they're magic. Like the real. Look, we're talking about a dumb idea. Don't try to reason too hard about it.
Okay, I get it. All right. Well, thanks for all the information. Enjoy it.
Of course. Have a good one, Karen.
All your hard work in getting your degree.
Appreciate you.
You're right.
Oh, I cut her off. Sorry, Karen. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? If you can feel a car moving, you should be able to feel a planet moving. And I'm not a scientist, but I'm also not an idiot. Oh shit, somebody was just talking about you, bro. Gas pressure, somebody was just talking about you.
Hey, how's it going?
Going all right. Long time no talk. How's it over?
Yeah,
how's it doing across the channel?
But just to answer that previous guest, it's not that we think planets are flat; they're just lights in the sky. So we don't know what they are exactly. They're just wandering stars. We've always looked at them, and yeah, we're not saying that the sun, the moon. We don't even know what shape the moon is. We only see one side, so we're not claiming if it's a disc or if it's a ball. We just don't know.
Have I talked to you about the final experiment yet? Have we had that conversation?
Probably not. But like,
what do you think about it?
Flat Earth is that why you think Flat Earth is?
I
dead?
mean, yeah, it definitely changed the flat Earth community, and like it's as McToon said, it's very it's distilled it down. All of the moderate flat earthers, they left. There's no moderates left. There's no people who are like swayable by scientific evidence. Now it's just like the extremists, if you will. So, what do you think about it?
No, I think the community is strong as ever. I think they've looked at this and seen that they've tried to deceive them once again. We've pointed out all the flaws, all the errors, all the mistakes. and they didn't do anything new. So in the past, there've been 24-hour suns in the past, and they've
In
been
Antarctica?
dismissed. Yeah. So they say, and they've been dismissed, right?
Yeah.
Because,
Why are you dismissing this one?
well, this is what I'm saying. So they were dismissed because, like, of anomalies. So they were meant to go down there and stream live for 24 hours or even 12 hours. They did a 3-hour live stream, and then it cut the camera, right? And then it was supposed to call somebody in England at 12 o'clock, like on a WhatsApp call, so we could verify.
I didn't hear that that's what they were supposed to do.
Yeah. Will had an agreement with a guy called Steve that he would call him at 12 o'clock, midnight there, which would have been around 3 or 4 or something in the morning here. And they would have a live WhatsApp call, and he would have shown Steve, yep, I'm live, it's real.
When did Will Duffy say that he was going to do this?
So before the trip, Steve had a conversation with him. They had like an agreement on. They were talking about what. So Steve was like.
Which
Will was
Steve
like,
was
"What
this?
I don't know his second name, but you can just look on Will and Steve. It's all over YouTube. But they had an agreement. They were talking about what can we do to confirm and
So
verify that.
I'm hearing from people in the know that Will tried to call Steve. Steve blocked Will's call.
No, that never happened. Will's excuse for
How do
not
you know?
calling him was because Will responded and said the reason why he didn't call him is because his phone was being used for the live stream.
Apparently not.
Yeah,
Apparently,
that was the
Will
reason.
tried to call Steve.
No. Go on to Steve.
I'm talking
and
to
Will.
like MC2. MC2 is somebody who knows Will quite well, and he literally is in the comments saying, yeah, Will tried to call Steve. Steve blocked Will's call. Steve admitted to blocking Will.
No, that never happened at all. I can show you on Steve's channel where Steve said, no, my phone, because he even checked with the phone company if you could check if someone blocked you or not. Or if the call
Wait,
was
so
made.
to be clear, you know that MC Toon was somebody who was like literally in Antarctica with them, right?
Okay.
He was there when Will tried to call Steve. He was there.
No.
What do you mean,
because
no?
At 12 o'clock, Will said that he went live on a live stream on YouTube. And he said, hey, Steve, I know I was meant to, he said he called Steve out and said, look, I'm here, it's 12 o'clock, but he didn't call him. That was the point. He was meant to call. How could he call him and be on the live stream at the same time? How does that work?
He never said what day he was going to do it.
No, he didn't say what day he was going to do it, but he didn't make the call.
So
at
he
all.
was. Who said? How do you know he was he live streaming every single day at the same time? Is that what you're suggesting?
Steve.
No, Will.
No, Will. They were there for like 2 or 3, 4 days, whatever.
Yeah.
All Will had to do was make one call at midnight of those 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, and
show
it was.
Steve.
He didn't answer it. Like it just did. Like
What do you mean he didn't answer? Why?
we
did he
literally
not
have
answer?
we literally have somebody who tried to call Steve themselves, or Will tried to call Steve's from their WhatsApp in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Saying, yeah,
Will
tried to call Steve on my own WhatsApp. No answer.
Steve made a 2-hour video explaining how Will is a liar. How there was no call made. That if
Okay,
Will
why
was
do you
going to
believe
court-
Steve? So why do you believe Steve?
Because Steve's ready to go to court and said, pull up the phone logs, show that you tried to call every
Steve's
day.
willing to go to court.
Yeah,
for
he's
like
saying that he's saying
go
that
to court
he's
for
got
what?
everything.
Who's being sued?
Like if it's coming out, if you're saying that he didn't call and let's say, for example, they wanted to take it further.
They want to
The
take what
evidence-
further? This isn't. You can't just randomly go to court and have them adjudicate some non-damaging claim.
Yeah, but I'm just pointing
What?
out if it did go further.
If
This
what
is
went
Steve-
further?
Steve was saying if he wanted to prove his case. And
What
he wanted
case?
To go to court,
What case?
that he didn't get the call.
You can't just go to court for a disagreement between two random people about whether somebody called
Yeah, but
somebody.
if he wanted to
That's-
sue him for slander, for example.
there's no slander to be had here.
He's saying he's lying, right? Steve is Will's saying Steve
In
is
order
lying.
in order for it to be slander, it has to be damaging. Has to cause financial damage.
Exactly. So you're saying that he got the call, so that's damaging because he never got the call. And
It's
he's
not.
willing
It's
to go to
literally not
court.
damage. Like you have to prove financial damages.
Well, I'm just pointing out that it could be proven in a court that there was no call made, and Steve was waiting by the phone. He said he had the phone next to him every night, waiting for that phone call, and he never got it.
Okay, and
So-
he's lying. Like,
Well, that's what I mean. Where's the video of Steve, of Will trying to call Steve? Where's Will going, look, guys, I'm going to call Steve now. It's 12 o'clock.
I don't know, Toon. Do you have a oh no, unfortunately, Toon, you won't be able to talk to him. But Toon, is there a video of this? I suspect there probably is.
Yeah, Toon lied because Will never called him. His excuse was that his phone was being used for the live stream.
Steve admitted on Will's channel that he blocked Will.
No, he never. That's not true. Steve made a 2-hour video explaining how he
That's
never
not
blocked
true.
him.
Okay, well that we can pull up a video for, right? Toon, you got a link?
Right.
So to be clear, you think that they just didn't go to Antarctica, right?
No, they went to Antarctica, but they didn't see a 24-hour sun.
Okay, so what do you think the
There's no
video
proof.
video recording was of? Like all of the live streams and all of the videos were of?
So the live stream was never at midnight times. The live streams were in the morning, the daytime, their daytime, their morning.
I mean,
when
they have time lapses, right?
Mattoon called Nathan in the middle of the day.
But we have time lapses, right? We have like several time lapses, in fact.
It was their morning. Yeah,
Wait,
but hold on.
what
the
about
time
the time lapses?
The time lapses were looped. If you look on my channel, it shows how they.
How is it a
loop the
loop if it's
clouds.
going in a circle?
Because they took the sun from the first part and used it in the second part of the video. It
So
loops
so
around.
it's like the time lapse isn't a real time lapse. It's edited, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's like a computer program.
Oh, okay, so you just think it's like completely CGI faked.
Well, again, they saw the sun in the daytime as normal, and then nighttime, which is why they didn't live stream for the 24 hours, and which is why they didn't make the call. They didn't call anybody. They didn't have to call Steve. They could have called anybody in the north and had a WhatsApp.
Actually,
call
hold
and
on.
put
I have a video of Will admit it, or of Steve admitting that he blocked him.
All right, let's have a look.
It's a 3-hour video. I'm trying to find the timestamp.
Okay.
Here we go. Got it. Thank you, Toon, as always.
On the site with his phone and show us.
Okay. Now I just gotta put it on the screen. Here it is. This is on the TFE channel, right? You can see that, right?
3 and 5 o'clock in the morning, go round the site with his phone and show us it, and he never did it. He never.
He would
for
have done it
whatever
the next
reason-
day, and you blocked him.
What?
Did
What,
you
sorry?
or did you not? Did he offer to phone you the next day?
Yes, but by that time, I
Did
already...
you accept the phone call the next day?
No, Dave, and I didn't. And you
Right.
know why?
So you haven't got an argument. He
no,
couldn't
I
phone
have,
you because of.
Dave, don't get cross. Don't get
He's
cross.
not even letting
I
them
have
talk.
got an
Don't
argument
talk
because-
shit then.
Because I wrote back to Will and I said, Will, I can't trust you because you never did the simple thing, have an independent
never said
person
any of
to
that.
corroborate what was going on. You never did it. And so
Wait,
that's a really
didn't
that's
you
a
hear him say
critical
it
thing
right
in
there?
Science. If you can't
No,
do that.
they said
you
that he
can't
blocked
do
him
that.
because
You
that
can't
was their
promise to do
excuse.
something and then not do it. And he didn't do it.
So
Hold on,
him phoning you at the time, that would have been acceptable to you. But him referencing you in the live stream that went out just after that, and
Oh, I
explaining
actually
how
think
he
that was the
couldn't
whole
phone
thing.
You, that apparently doesn't validate
Yeah, he never
things
said
for you.
that. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, but by that time,
To be clear, he literally said he rejected the call.
No. He was getting over talk, so he was mincing his words. He was trying to explain.
Hold
that
on,
he had
you
a
heard
back
it.
and forth
Let's
with-
play it again.
Yeah, because in the video, what I said was,
Yeah, but he wasn't allowed to
Will
talk.
invited me because he said this is interesting, and I've not heard this argument before. That Will would use me as an independent source, and he would phone me between the hours of 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning, go round the site with his phone and show us it, and he never did it. He never.
He would
for
have done it
whatever
the next
reason-
day, and you blocked
Hold on.
What?
Did you or did you not? Did he offer to phone you the next day?
Yes, but by that time, I
Did
already...
you accept the phone call the next
He
day?
was trying to
No,
explain.
Dave,
something.
and I didn't. And you
Right.
know why?
So you haven't got an argument.
Wait a minute.
block
So
him. He was never blocked.
he said he didn't accept the phone call.
No, he was trying. No, he was trying to explain something. So that was two questions in one. So he was trying to say.
Wait, he said no, I didn't. The question was, did
No.
you accept the phone call? And he said no, I didn't. We'll play it again.
Day.
Yes, but by that time,
Next day, and you blocked him.
because he thought he was
What-
answering.
what?
Did you block him again?
Did
Well,
you
sorry.
or did you not? Did he offer to phone you the next day?
yes, but by that time, I
Did
already...
you accept the phone call the next day?
No, Dave, and I didn't. And you
Right.
know why?
So
No, Dave, and I didn't. What was the no, Dave, and I didn't in response to? Did you accept the phone call?
Yeah, but he was explaining why and what happened. There was already.
He didn't
funny
accept the
business-
phone. He didn't accept the phone call.
Yeah, because he didn't call him when he was supposed to.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently he tried to call him the next day, and he didn't accept the phone call. So I don't know, man. It sounds like he wasn't interested.
Yes, but they were in messagings with each other. Something had went on that had not quite right, and there was a problem. So if there wasn't any problem, he would have called him and said, "Look."
It just sounds like you're coping, Gas.
No, he didn't stick to the rules. It's as simple as that. There was no call made.
I mean, this
You know,
is definitely cope. Like this is the biggest cope session I've ever heard, because you're like, he didn't call the one specific guy, and when he tried to call the one guy, it wasn't at the right time, so the guy didn't accept, and therefore they didn't see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
But whether it was Steve or not, the purpose would have been, there was 10 people there. You know, you had Whitsit, you had McToon, you had
And
Duffy.
Whitsit is like, yeah, we definitely saw it.
One of
And
them-
Jeranism
yes,
was like, yeah, we definitely saw it. And Flatzoid was like, yeah, we definitely saw it.
Why didn't they call somebody at 12 o'clock on a WhatsApp, on a live feed? One of them.
They tried. They tried to call Steve, and he didn't accept it.
So why didn't they call somebody else?
Don't ask me. That wasn't
exactly.
what was there some agreed upon that if they couldn't reach Steve, they had to call somebody else?
Well, that's the point. We're not going to believe it unless there's a verified call. That was the whole point. We're not
There
just
were
gonna
live
take someone's
streams.
word.
Why does he need to call when there's live streams?
Yeah, but the live stream cut.
Was
There were
phone
live
calls?
stream-
Wait, phone calls would end. Like what? There was a live stream. That's the point.
No, but we don't know if that was actually live. We don't know if it was live at the time. They could have been a pre-recorded from the morning.
I'm pretty sure that they were answering chat questions.
Yeah, but we can't verify that. The only way to verify the real time that they were there
How
at
can you
12
not-
would have been to call somebody.
How can you
if
not
Steve,
verify?
because it could have been a pre-recorded from the morning.
But they were answering live questions, like chat
Yeah,
questions.
those questions could have been pre-recorded.
You can go look at the chat questions on YouTube.
Yeah, you don't know if they were answering
The chat
those
questions will be live. What?
Yeah, but how are you going to verify that?
You
can't.
can see them on the YouTube thing. It plays them.
Yeah, but you can't verify if it was live in real time.
Then how could they know what the questions would be?
Oh, you can get a chat, bot questions. It's all computer programming. That's not a
Wait,
big
so
deal.
all of the thousands of questions and the thousands
There
of
wasn't
viewers who were
thousands of questions.
there were thousands of viewers like watching live, right? Like
Yeah.
there were thousands, and so like all of those people were bots.
No, I'm saying there's no way of verifying that it was live at that moment. Just because you said.
I mean,
that
there
they
is.
had-
You just don't. You just don't buy it because it would destroy your worldview,
It's
which
not
is
that
fine,
don't
I
buy
guess.
it, It's just not. We can't verify. That's all. We're looking for. We're
Sorry.
looking for verification.
I mean, look. So, MC Toon just linked me his 3-hour live stream where he answered live questions and you can see the questions pop up on YouTube at the same time that he's answering them.
Yeah, but I'm saying at 12 o'clock,
Here.
Yeah, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that could have all been set up from the morning.
How are they gonna set? So you know how do you know how YouTube live comments work?
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that? Are you saying that? Actually, no. You can't send questions before the live goes out. Or are you saying that they came up with the questions on their own, and then they programmed hundreds of bots to go ask questions in the chat, and then they would time it perfectly so that they would answer the question exactly when the bot sent the question? Is that the claim? Scott, thank you for the galaxy.
I'm saying that the only way to verify that they were live at that moment, like a real interaction, would have been a phone call back to England or to Europe or to somewhere. There was 10 people down there. Not one of them called back home to say, look, guys, this is live. All they did was another production.
Actually, I don't even know if that's true. Toon, did anybody make contact with anybody else besides back home?
But he called Nathan in the daytime, our daytime, which was their morning.
Yeah, so the point is but they were there, they were where they said they would be, right?
Yeah, but they didn't see a 24-hour sun, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so what about the time lapses then? So you agree that they're in Antarctica? So how do they all have good-looking time lapses?
Time lapses on my channel. I've told you they repeat the morning sun.
All of them did this from different angles.
What?
All of the different time lapses, because there are multiple different time lapses.
Yeah.
And they all have them. Is that what you're saying?
Why are you marveled like over a computer program? It's not that big of a deal.
Okay, so despite the evidence, you're just saying like actually they just faked it all.
No, the evidence would have been to live stream for the entire time that they were there.
I don't actually think that live streaming for 24 hours is particularly easy. All things considered.
They could have just had a camera, left it running, like on TikTok now. They could have just live streamed from TikTok, put it on a stand, and just like interacted every now and again. But no, they didn't. The stream shut down after 3 hours on Rumble. Candice Owens live stream that shut down, and then there was no live stream at 12 that we can verify.
No live stream at what?
At 12, their midnight that we could verify.
Oh, at midnight. Yeah. No live stream at midnight. I mean, look.
Yeah, that we could verify.
Oh, wait. So there was a live stream at midnight.
No,
you just don't think it's true.
Yeah, so they went live at midnight, but it was nighttime. It was not nighttime. Sorry, it was the sun had gone. The sun had set. There was light, but no sun.
Oh, what? So you have video from Antarctica from the final experiment where it's light, but there is no sun.
They looped the sun. That shows you it's the same sun from the morning. The same.
How do you know they looped it? Do you see?
See the same?
Well, I mean, you would see the same sun.
It was done side by
side.
So
MC Toon was actually live at local solar midnight.
Who did he call? On WhatsApp?
He didn't call anybody.
Exactly.
That's such a weird standard. Hey, so it really is. It is a weird standard. I mean, he was answering live chat. Like that is evidence. If you don't like it, that's a you problem.
People had been there before, and the evidence had been dismissed because it
was
just.
The evidence is dismissed because it destroys your worldview.
So what they needed to do was something brand new. Something
they
that
did. They live streamed on multiple different occasions. They took a whole bunch of different measurements. They brought flat earthers there, all expenses paid. Like, I'm sorry. Like, here's what you need to do. I'm sorry. I think Jaredism was the biggest flat earther of 2024.
Well, I mean, the biggest. When you're the biggest, you've got to ask, how do you get there, right?
Because he had been doing it for like 15 years or whatever.
No, he hadn't been doing it for. He'd been doing it for about 10 years, 9 years.
Okay, 10 years. That's still a long ass time.
Yeah, but like I said, you got to question why they're the biggest.
Hey, Gas, how do you know I'm live right now?
Because I'm talking to you. I'm interacting.
How do you know it's not? It might just be fake, actually. Should I make a phone call?
Yeah, this is the phone call. This is the call that we're doing right now, live. You can turn your camera around. I can say, hold that drink up, put it down, swing it around, put it in the other hand. You can verify.
And that's
that
what
you're
people were
holding-
doing during the live stream, by the way.
No, there was no live communication with the outside studio.
Yeah, no,
that they were in.
there was. That's what the live chat was, right? That was the whole thing.
I'm not saying it was a studio. I think they just used computer programmers, but there was no communication with the outside world.
No, that's what the live chat was doing. The live chat was communicating with them.
No, we don't know if that was live in real time. That's the point.
Well, it was. Those messages were sent during the live stream. That's verifiable.
Yeah. So Flat Earth is far from dead. There's more.
You're right.
I've seen-
It's a rotting corpse because it's been beaten to death by the final experiment, and you're still clinging onto it.
Yeah, but they said this. Remember at the behind the curve. Oh, we've proved rotation. No, you haven't. Flat
Sure they
Earth
did.
is dead. No, it's not. Oh,
I mean,
we proved curvature. No, you
it was dead then too.
Exactly. So this is just a common theme by Globers who think, oh, we've got a gotcha, we've done something, and all we do is look at what you've done.
So why isn't
and-
Jeranism a flat earther anymore?
Well, to be honest,
Because that was his source of income, right? Like that was like his. That's how he made his name. That's how he made a lot of his money. I don't know if he had like a day job, but like that was his thing. And then he threw it all away. Why?
no, he's. So the word on the street is like he was a plant from the beginning. To
Oh
try
my
and shut down
God.
Flat Earth. Well, look how
You're
big
so
Flat Earth-
gullible.
Well, it would make sense, right? If there's
It
such
would
a
make
huge thing-
dude. You're so gullible.
Yeah, but if you're trying to shut down Flat Earth, you would need as many tactics as possible, right?
Who was trying
So
to
that would
shut down
mean-
Flat Earth 10 years ago?
That would mean you've heard of like the Black Panthers in America, right?
Who
You've
was
heard of
trying to shut down Flat Earth 10 years ago?
Have you heard of the Black Panthers?
I'm very familiar with the Black Panthers, yeah.
Right. So the government, in order to shut down the Black Panthers, how do you think they did it? They had to do it.
Well, they
from
assassinated
within.
people.
Yeah, but they also had to do it from within, right? They had to get
Who
people
was
on the
trying
inside.
who was trying to shut down Flat Earth 10 years ago?
No, I'm saying.
And
that
why isn't
you
there
can-
any evidence that he's actually a plant? That's like a
Well-
10-year waste of time. Who would sign up for that?
How is it a waste of time if they think that they're going to have an effect
No,
on slowing?
Why would Jeranism sign up to waste his time for 10 years?
Well, look, again, it's this pretty deep stuff. If you're part of an organization,
Is there any evidence?
then
What organization?
you're asking me how? How would this possibly be done? I'm giving you the how it could possibly be done.
Yeah, what organization?
How Flat Earth could be taken down from the inside. That's how they'd want to do it because you
What
can't do
organisa-
it from the
who's they?
outside.
Who's they?
You've tried your level best to take
Who's-
it down
who's
from the
they?
outside. Like with
Wait, who's
NASA,
they?
Moon landings. Who is what?
Who's they? Who is this organization?
What do you mean? Who is they? The people that teach the globe.
Yeah, who's paying him?
No, I don't, again, I mean, you're gonna have to figure those things out. But
And
you're
but you
asking
just believe
what-
it without any
you're
evidence,
asking
right?
me- yeah, but you're asking. Yeah, but I'm saying it's based on how psyops are worked and operations are worked.
Look, do you
And
think
when
that
something-
Flat Earth is as dangerous to any government as the Black Panthers was to the US government?
No, but what Flat Earth does, it undermines science, it undermines the government, it undermines...
No, you know what
evolution.
undermines science?
Bang.
Donald Trump undermines science. Flat Earth doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but if everyone knew the Earth was flat, that would have a huge effect on you, right? People would look at you differently. So you've got to defend your worldview as much
I
as
guess.
possible. Exactly.
If it was actually
You know?
flat, I'd be a flat earther.
Yeah, but people would also say, how come someone as intelligent as you didn't see this? We trusted you and you told us, opposite. So all those types of things.
I wouldn't. I'm really not that worried about it.
Yeah, but
all
not
things
necessarily
considered.
you,
But like the
but-
point is like, do you actually believe that Jeranism was a plan?
Like I said, COINTEL Pro. You've heard of the Black Panthers. In order to take down
I asked you a very specific question.
It looks that way. Yes, it seems.
Is there any evidence?
No, I've just said it looks that way.
Okay.
If we look at
so,
history,
I don't care about looking at history. Gas. I don't care
That's
about looking
what
at
I'm
history. Look, Gas. Here's the thing. I gave you like the final experiment has like shit tons of evidence, like so much evidence. Like it has live streams from multiple people. It has GPS data. It has sunspot recordings. It has timelines. So many pieces of evidence, and you're like, no, but it's all fake. And then when you bring up this idea that Jeranism was a 10-year plan, and you have no evidence, but you still believe it, like.
Well, I said to you, I'm looking at history, so I'm looking at the.
But there's no evidence that this actually applies to Jeranism at all. There's zero
Yeah, but
evidence.
Yes, but I'm showing you how these things would work in order to take down flat Earth.
That's great. That's great how it would work. You have no evidence that that's actually how it is being the case.
You would need somebody big on the inside to shut it down. That's the only way.
Except you don't have any evidence that that's actually what happened, right?
No, I don't have evidence, but that's what I think.
But why? So if you don't have evidence, why do you believe it?
Through history. When we look
I thought you wait. Hold on. I thought you like to believe things that have evidence for them. Cyber, thanks for the raid.
Also, if you look at how history operates.
Okay, so you don't care about evidence then, do you?
Yeah, of course I care about evidence. But
Okay, then where's the evidence that Jeranism is a psyop?
I've just given you a breakdown of how this would work.
Yeah, I'm asking for evidence.
History.
I'm asking for evidence, not history.
No, I don't have first-hand evidence.
Oh, I thought you do care. I thought you cared about. I thought you cared about evidence.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. But you don't have
But
evidence.
you're going around in a circle. I'm telling you the reason why plants are not just given.
Wait a minute. So you care about evidence.
You have to figure plans out for yourself.
So you care about evidence,
Mhm.
and yet you don't have any evidence. So you shouldn't believe this thing that doesn't have evidence, right?
Unless it's the same pattern that has happened in history.
Oh, so you don't care about evidence unless it confirms your biases.
No, unless we see a pattern.
Oh, okay.
Like
the pattern
same
being that Jeranism has been a perfect and like ardent defender of flat Earth for 10 years.
Yeah,
That's the
but
pattern.
Again, yeah, with
The evidence actually points to Jeranism being a flat earther. Like
You've
actually.
just said your title says "Flat Earth is dead" on the back
Yep.
of what Jaren's done. Yeah, on the back of what Jaren's done. So that's the plan: is to make people like you.
Well, I mean, that's the story you're telling yourself so that you don't feel like a fool.
Well, no, that's the plan. I'm saying to you, that's what would happen.
Again, that's the claim that you're making without evidence.
Well, yeah, because you asked me, do you think Jaren is a plant?
Yeah, and you believe that without a shred of evidence, right?
Because of history.
Okay, but admit you have zero evidence for this claim whatsoever. You just believe it because it feels good. You just believe it because it feels good.
No, I'm just looking at huge, massive conspiracies that have happened throughout history and how they shut them down, how they do these things.
Yeah. So, but so you're basically just looking for anything that you can do to try to make your keep your worldview intact, despite the fact that one of the biggest flat earthers actually realized how bullshit it all was.
They could have ended this by making a call to the other
They tried
side.
to. They tried to. Steve turned down the call.
Yeah, but they could have called somebody else. What's the
Plenty
why
of
did they
people.
do
Plenty
that?
of people called plenty of other people.
Not at the 12 o'clock. They didn't.
Not
on the WhatsApp. They didn't.
Why does it have to be WhatsApp?
Or the Discord or TikTok or whatever. They didn't do a live stream with somebody.
They did have
in
live
real
streams.
time. Listen, not with somebody on the other side. Not
Oh,
with
okay. So
somebody
since they
else.
didn't meet because they didn't meet your specific and arbitrary criteria, it must be fake.
Yes. No,
Oh,
there's a
okay.
reason
I'm
why
glad
they
you
didn't
admit
do
it.
that. No, I'm saying. See, that's what you did with Steve.
Then why
I'm
did they
trying to
wait? Why did they try to call Steve then? Why didn't they just claim some sort of technical error? Why did Steve have to reject the call?
Because the first night they didn't call Steve, and Steve was upset about that. That's what happened.
So were they
He was
just
trying to
banking on Steve rejecting the call?
No,
Because
they
what if
didn't
Steve had
call
picked
him on-
up? What if Steve had picked up when they tried to call him the next day?
Then Steve would have been a globe earther. You said he would have had to given up everything, guard the whole lot.
Wait a
If it
minute.
was Steve,
So,
that's so.
but what? But why would they call him at all if it was all fake?
What do you mean? Why?
They tried to call him. If it was fake, they wouldn't. They would have come up with some sort of excuse.
We're gonna have, like I said, Steve said he didn't get the call. The first
No.
night,
It literally, we watched the video of him saying, yeah, he got the call and he didn't accept it.
Yeah, that wasn't the first night. That was the second night.
Yeah. So why did they call him a second time? Why did they call him on the second night? Why did they call him at all?
Because there was conflict by that point.
So did they call him hoping that he wouldn't pick up?
I don't think Duffy did call him. There's no call log.
He admitted it.
That he called it.
He admitted it. He said that he got a
No.
call and he didn't pick up.
No. They were shouting at him. He was confused. He couldn't get his words out.
Oh, now he's confused. He doesn't understand. He
That's
just
why
admitted he just admitted to not accepting the call, but he didn't understand.
That's
He's
why
just
he made
dumb
a
and
2-hour
confused.
He made a 2-hour video explaining what actually happened.
This is
without
such
being
cope. You know how your name's gas
Wow.
pressure? That
should've
gas
made
is
the
made out of
call.
copium.
You should have made the call. There's a reason why you didn't make the call. Because it happened last year.
They
There was
tried
a
to make the
Brazilian-
call.
There was a Brazilian flat earther, or globe earther, who was called last year, 2023, or the year before, and he wouldn't put the camera on to show the call. There's a reason why they don't want to go live on a live call at 12.
Then why did they try to call him? Why did he have to turn the call down? Or are you
Well,
just
they
saying
could-
that that's fake news?
You can come
The
with any
words
excuse you
the
like.
words
They
came
could have
out of his
called-
mouth. The words
There was
came out
10
of his
them.
mouth.
Okay, there was 10 of them. They could have called anyone in the north.
Look, if the fact that they tried to call him, they wouldn't have done that if they were trying to hide something.
Yeah, well, like I said, Steve explained what happened. He didn't get the call, and
He turned down the call.
Will Duffy explained that he couldn't call him because his phone was being used.
Yeah, so he called
That's
from a
what
different phone.
No, we didn't call him from a different phone.
He did.
That's what I said.
He did. He called
No,
him. He
didn't.
called him from Toon's phone.
No, he didn't. That's the thing. This was another night. The night that Steve thought he was. I know, like Steve will say, they didn't arrange for that first night, but something happened where he called Steve out on that first night. He said, "Hey, Steve," and to Steve, he's like, "Well, hold on a second. Why are you saying, 'Hey, Steve'? This could be a pre-recording. Give me a call right now, and let's see if the son is there." He didn't do that. He just said, "Hey, Steve."
So to be clear, Will tried to call Steve from Toon's phone that night.
No, that never happened.
Oh, okay. I guess nuh-uh is
that never happened.
the debunk of the century. How do you
So
know?
if Toon
How do you know it
tried
never
to
happened?
call,
No, it wasn't Toon. It
Steve
was
would
Will.
have-
Will trying to call from Toon's phone.
Yeah, but Steve would have the log on his phone,
Toon, you got that log on your phone?
like the missed call, yeah? And Steve was saying there was no call
Did
on
he
his
show
phone.
his logs?
You can show it. Yeah, he was talking about he can get his phone logged.
No.
he
Did
called
he
up
show?
his
Did he show his phone
No,
logs?
no, he didn't say that. He said he called his phone company to see what can be done to check if any calls were blocked, incoming, what was there, missed calls, the whole shebang. Right? He wanted to verify it properly because they lied. Because what happened was Steve was talking to Will on his own at first, and Steve was like, "Why didn't you call?" Will made up some nonsense. Ended up calling on McToon, ended up calling McKeegan, called them all on at the same time, and they all started shouting at Steve, right?
So Toon has a screenshot of the call that he made to Steve's phone.
Yes, that means Steve would
He
have
posted
a missed call, right?
he posted the screenshot with Steve's phone number on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve's lying.
No, you're lying. Or McToon is lying.
What about he posted the screenshot
Of what?
of the phone log?
Yeah. So how come it didn't come up on Steve's phone?
Steve's lying.
Oh, for goodness sakes. You see, this is the nonsense that we have to put up with, and that's why.
Then why? Wait, did Steve? Why didn't Steve present? Why didn't Steve show his phone log?
Steve is not going to lie about getting a call.
Why not?
Right?
He is if he's trying to defend the flat Earth.
Well, no, because if he would want to see if there's a sun or not.
Not if he's trying to defend the flat Earth.
Yeah, but if there's a sun or not, then what he'd want to see if there is or not.
I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like he was actually that interested.
Everybody wanted to see if there was or not.
That's
That was
not
the whole
true,
purpose.
because so many people were offered a free ride to Antarctica, all expenses paid, and a lot of big people turned it down.
Well, you know, like
So
I
they
said,
clearly
you've got a lot
weren't
to
interested.
learn about COINTELPRO, Blitz, and how psyops work. You've got a lot of research on how these organizations, when they want to shut something down, when they want to bring it forward, what do they do? How do they do it? Right? You need players, you need a cast, you need shields, you need agents, you need actors, you need a lot of people in place when it's a huge threat to the belief of the status quo. And that's what flat Earth is, and that's why you're saying it's dead, because it's a problem. It needs to be dead. In order to get to the next phase, the government, the system,
The
can't
next
move to the next
phase.
phase. Yeah, the next phase is like the alien invasion or something like this, right? There's no point in them bringing aliens if we're under a dome, right? Where do they come from? If there's no outer space. So if the flat earthers are telling everyone there's no outer space, there's no planets, aliens can't exist, and they do this, everybody will know it's a hoax, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just sounds like a lot of cope.
No, you need to do better. So next time they go there, make sure that they have a complete live stream for the whole entire time, and that they call people to double check at 12 o'clock their time, midnight, that the sun is up. We know that the sun just goes, that map you've got behind you, the sun just goes around and around and around like that.
I know that's what you think.
There's no place for it to start doubling back, going the other way. There's no place on this map that could happen. All right?
Sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention.
Well, I'm just saying there's no place on the Earth where the sun would double back and go the opposite way or another way.
That is true.
Right, so that's what they were there to verify, and unfortunately, we
In
were
Antarctica?
right once again. Yeah, but we were right once again because they were unable to show. I knew they would fake it, like I said before.
But they
even
didn't
went.
fake it. I mean, you don't have any evidence that it's fake. You just kind of have vibes.
No, I've got it on my channel. I've posted video after video of every anomaly that has happened.
Anomalies aren't proof that it's fake. They're anomalies. Unless you have evidence that it's faked, rather than just,
Yeah,
I wonder why it looks like that.
No,
That's not evidence.
Repeated clouds and sun flares.
Repeated
24
clouds? Do you mean the same clouds? Because it's only been a day and it's not very windy, and depending on the time of year.
So the cloud disappears and comes back 24 hours later, the exact same cloud. Not possible.
Really? What's the video where you see this?
It's on my channel. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I mean, from which live stream? Which live stream does it have this? Has this in it?
So this is from McKeegan's 24-hour. The first video that he posted. I don't know if it's still up there.
Time lapse of the 24-hour sun from. Yep. Okay, found it.
So the first time lapse was just a short video. So the beginning of that video is the same as the end. And the only way you can see that is if you half them and put them together side by side.
All right, we're gonna do this. When you mean you mean half them like vertically?
So the first, yeah, you have to do something like that. So the first, I'll show you. Play the video and I'll show you.
Okay. We'll get the video up.
It's at the last few seconds. So play.
1 second, there we go.
So here, stop, pause, go back 5 seconds. Play. No, play. And pause. Now look, pause. You see that cloud above the sun?
That's not a cloud, that's a lens flare.
It's a cloud, and
it's
there's
not.
also
You can tell it's obviously a lens flare.
hold on, pause. Go
The same
back.
thing's happening on the right, by the way.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
hold on.
It's a lens flare.
Pause. You've just gone past it.
You mean that right there, right? The lens flare above the sun?
Hold on. So there's the flare down here where your mouse just was, to the left. Yeah.
You mean
down
here,
there.
right? There's that.
There's that, and then down at 3 o'clock, there's a little flare. This one, yeah.
That's not a flare, that's a cloud.
No, 3 o'clock I said.
Oh, 3 o'clock. You mean like there?
Yeah, right here, right there.
Sure.
And there's another, it's hard to see, but there's a small little cloud about 3 o'clock, but further over.
There?
So somewhere around here, there's a tiny little cloud
There?
that comes up. It might, I don't know if it's that one. It might be that one. But anyway, at the end of the video, that all
Oh no.
that there,
You mean right there.
Yeah. So that's
That's a lens flare.
So all those
Those are lens flares.
Yes, they all repeat at the end of the video.
Of course they're going to repeat. It's the same.
They repeat.
It's the same camera. It pointing in the same direction. What?
Go to the end of the video.
Okay.
No, the end, right at the end.
I know. I'm just letting it play.
All right. Anyway, you'll see it at the same spot, the same place that you just saw. You're going to see that same cloud come back up overhead.
It's a lens. It's a lens flare. It's a lens flare.
Cloud.
It's not a. It's not a cloud. It's a lens flare. It's a lens flare. Of course. Of course, you're going to get the same artifact. It's the same sun. It's the same sun with the same camera.
There are several artifacts that repeat.
It's a lens flare.
There are several artifacts. That
Okay, what are the other? What are the other? Because this one's just a lens flare, dude.
It's a cloud.
It's not a cloud. Why do? If it
was a lens flare,
if it's a lens flare,
the camera.
The camera's moving and the sun's moving.
Yeah, but the other lens flares follow the camera. That doesn't.
Wait a minute. You think that the lens? Why would the? What other lens flares are following it? There's the lens.
No,
there's
the
like
lens
this.
flare will follow the camera as the camera turns. The lens
No
flare
other
will
lens.
turn.
No lens flare is doing that. And to a
What are
certain
you
extent, they are. There's an example right
Yeah,
there.
you go. That's moving with the camera. Exactly, that moves with the camera. Look,
And-
as the
and-
camera
and
moves,
so-
that
and-
moves.
But then it goes away. It sticks around for a bit and then goes away, right? As does the other one.
Yeah, but that's exactly the same artifact in the beginning. So that's
Wait,
a
let's
day
get
later.
it. See, it's hanging out and then it disappears.
No, it doesn't.
It hangs out.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
it
not. It's not
doesn't.
only there for one frame. It's there for like
Yes,
you
but
know
it doesn't
a
move
few
with the
seconds.
camera.
Wait,
No,
it absolutely. Hold on.
it
Are you seeing the same thing? Hold on. We can
Anyway,
just
look,
check
the
this.
point is that those anomalies like that show you that it's a repeated loop.
No,
right?
it's just
The
a lens.
beginning
It's just a lens flare.
The beginning and the
Oh
end
my
are
god.
the same.
This is so embarrassing
right?
for you, dude.
Well, that's what they've done over the years, and they did it again in this one. Nothing
This
new
is so
here.
embarrassing. Oh.
We were looking through that loop, and we found it, right? So that's the point here. So things like that, a loop should not be the same. It should be a different sun, different lens flare. Different
Hey, actually,
cloud,
you know what I'm curious about? Why aren't the other clouds visible in this if it's a loop?
because that's a computer program I've just told you. The
Wait a
sun
minute.
on
So
the
if it's
second
if
half-
it's just a loop, right? It's just a loop, right?
it's the real sun in the beginning. So the beginning of the morning. Look,
Right.
This is the
So
real, this is
so
what they really see.
see those clouds by the mountains?
Mhm.
Okay, let's go to that same moment. Where are those clouds?
Because they took just the sun, not the clouds.
Then why is the lens flare there?
Because they forgot to take it out.
Oh, okay, so they're massively stupid because they don't know how to adjust properly, except all of the other
Well,
things.
we can see it right there, exactly the same. And like I said, there's a small little artifact on the right that comes up as well.
Yeah,
been
it's
looked at in
it's a
great
lens
detail.
flare.
It's been
It's a lens
scrutinized
flare.
at length.
Lens flares. Yes, lens flares. Lens flares.
Yeah,
When
but
the
you
sun
wouldn't
is in
get
nearly the
repeat-
same place, when the lens flare is in the same place, and when the sun is in the same place, and the lens is in the when the lens is in the same place, and the sun is in the same place, you have a lens flare in the same place.
Well, I mean, that's up to you if you want to believe that, but that for me is, and lots of other people have pointed that out, that just wouldn't happen a day later.
You know,
You wouldn't
this
get that same-
this background here is with the laughing emojis is super appropriate.
Well, you're the one that thinks flat Earth is dead, and all I see over TikTok are flat Earth lives, discussions, debates going on. There's a problem. It's not going away. You know,
I mean,
the
it kind of
numbers-
is. There's a reason why my lives just don't get very many flat earthers anymore. And it's because flat earthers are insulating themselves now from the outside world because they know that it's really, really bad for them to come discuss it with other people from the outside
They're
world.
just doing what we've always done, is that we just create spaces and have conversations. So if anyone who wants to know about
you used to be a lot more open to discussion and actually debate and actually challenging your ideas and challenging other people's ideas, but you don't do that anymore.
I think we still are.
Not really.
Yeah, I think we still are. It's just it gets a little bit silly sometimes. You start to play around, Blitz.
I start to play around. Have you been to a Flat Earth Live before?
Yeah, when you get backed in corners, you know, it becomes a joke, and you start playing around.
I think that I'm generally pretty as far as the globe earthers go. I'm probably one of the more respectful ones, all things considered. And I'm also one of the most educated ones, and so you guys should really take advantage of the free education I'm offering.
But you don't offer like more than just like what you've been told to say, like what So
Who tells me to say this? Who tells me to say any of this?
I don't mean. Hold on, let me explain. So I don't mean somebody is telling you what to say. I mean your studies. You've
yes,
been
my
told...
education the education that I have, yeah.
Right. So you're just parroting what you've been told, basically.
Well,
the status.
I'm explaining to you the things that I know and that you don't. That's free education.
But you don't know them. This is the thing. This is what frustrates flat earthers. You don't know these things.
I do know these things. These are things that these are things that I can and have verified myself.
No, this is again.
Oh no, I haven't done any experiments. I haven't looked at any data myself. Okay, I guess.
Not when it comes to the shape of the Earth. No, you haven't.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, when it comes to proving whether the Earth is a ball or not, you haven't done anything practical, physical to demonstrate that. You just repeat what you've been told.
Oh, okay. Okay, if that's what you have to believe.
Well, that's the position of most globe earthers and so-called expert globe earthers. You just repeat, and that's why you said, "Oh, there's no discussion anymore." Because how often should we just listen to your explanation?
Well, considering that still none of you understand how you can have a pressure gradient around a spherical Earth with gravity, you probably should keep listening.
Yeah, but again, we know the explanation, but there's no science to support.
Apparently, you don't know the explanation because you can't explain. You can't explain it back.
Well,
you don't know how it works.
You've got a force at play, right?
Right. There's a force at play.
That force hasn't been scienced.
Sure, it has.
Where? How?
And we've had this conversation a dozen times, but a good example is the University of Washington. They have a very famous group.
You should be armed when you have these discussions. This is what I'm saying. If you want to have serious debates, discussions, you should be armed. Press a button, bang. There's your mass attractive mass.
I literally have them. I have a what's it called? Google Docs that has all this stuff. It's all there.
Yeah, but you don't have the observation of mass attracted mass in a vacuum, right?
I have the research papers, the documentation, the data.
Exactly.
What more do you want?
Exactly. So you read.
So I have it. Yeah, I have it. I'm glad you agree.
This is what I said. You're telling me what you've been told, not what you've
seen.
No.
Nobody told me this. I found this myself. I read it myself.
No. Yeah. So you read a paper that somebody had written.
Yep. That's how we do science.
You believed it just because.
That's how we investigate the scientific data that's available from humanity.
Yeah, but what we're asking for is the experiment.
The experiment is in the paper.
No, but we're asking for the paper. If you're a so-called expert, we want you as the expert to have the actual experiment.
Like in my home.
Or on a video somewhere, available, ready to show.
Well, there are also videos of the Cavendish experiment, but you don't like those either.
Yes, because they're not in a vacuum.
It doesn't matter whether... Well, so actually, some of them are. The one that... the British guy, what's his name? His very soft voice, sad eyes.
Brian Cox?
No.
Brian Cox. No.
No. Friends with. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? He's a British guy. He has sad eyes, very soft voice, makes really good videos.
I don't know.
Do I have to go find it? It's not Action Lab. He's not British. It's not Stingray. It's not Pen. Well, everybody's asking. Okay, one sec. Steve Mold.
Yeah,
That's who
on
it
my
is.
channel,
It's Steve Mold.
there's-
It's
on my
Steve Mold.
channel, there's Steve Mold. Okay.
Yeah. And I've shown you the video.
No. Again, that should be the first. That should be one of the first things that are shown. Before we even talk, you should be like, "Look, guys, here's an experiment of gravity." Before you even begin, you know what we're going to say. We say that there's no force. We say that there's no mass attracted mass. There's, all these things like rotation and curvature and gas pressure. These things should be readily available to see.
They are.
On
You just have to go actually find them. They're easy to find. Steve Mold has a great video on this. The mass attracting mass in a vacuum. The masses that are being attracted are in a vacuum chamber, sealed in a sealed chamber.
Yeah, but do you see the mass?
Yeah. It's clear.
Well, you say this. Where is it? Let's have a look. You see, this is the problem that you scientists, you
One sec, I'm
so-called
pulling it up.
experts-
Chill, okay. Pulling it up.
All right.
Oscillate side to side.
Here's the setup. Big heavy
but
ball
where's the
outside. Vacuums on the inside. The small balls on the inside are there's plexiglass windows, vacuum in the middle, and the balls are on the inside.
Sides of the container when you introduce the stationary masses, which took another couple of hours. And then look, these stationary masses, they're actually movable. So first you put the masses in this position.
Anyway, it's a 12-minute long video. You could watch it. It's really well done. But essentially what he's using is he's using the
making sure
the
that
laser
they're
bouncing
hanging,
off of the mirror.
This is the really stationary.
And then he
masses
points the
around.
mirror.
How
Sorry,
do
I
you
have to mute
measure-
this. He points the mirror. He points a laser at the mirror, and then he measures the average location of the laser over time. And what he ends up seeing is that the laser, the average location of the laser, moves
Wait,
after you
all
wait
I'm
long enough.
interested in is where's the vacuum?
The
And
vacuum.
show
The vacuum is the small balls are in a vacuum chamber. Like there's no air in there. They're sealed.
Well, how do you know it's a vacuum?
That's how it was bought as.
What do you mean?
This is like a pre-prepared thing. You can buy this
Yeah,
setup
but where does he say it's a vacuum?
in the video.
Yeah, where in the video? That's what.
I don't know. I'd have to go watch through the whole thing.
Yeah, but how do we know the air's been taken out?
Oh, you're just mad that there's not a pressure gauge?
No, but I'm saying, how do we know it's a vacuum? That's what I'm asking.
You can go buy this particular. You can go buy this
What was that
particular
video
thing.
called? What was it called? The
It's called
title?
"Watch Gravity Pull Two Metal Balls Together."
Watch.
He links to the experimental procedure. He links to the equipment user manual. Anyway, Gas, I only have like 35 minutes left, so I'm going to move on to another guest. But you're always welcome to come back on. You know how it goes.
That's fine. Yeah, it's been great talking to you. All right.
Take care, brother.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Yeah, I know. He's been shown. By the way, for everybody who's sent gifts over the last hour or so, thank you, Ted, for the gifts. Thank you. Who else sent gifts? Cyber for the DJ glasses. You guys are all loved very, very much. If you're watching on YouTube, any comments, any likes, all of these things are hugely appreciated. Electric Being, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Dr. Blitz? What's up?
Not a whole lot. What shape do you think the Earth is?
Yeah, just like Nikola Tesla said, the Earth is not a planet; it's an electromagnetic field conducting energy and vibration.
Okay,
So
why
it's
should
a
why
stationary
should
plane
anyone believe that?
That's a quote from his writings.
Oh yeah, I don't
He's
care.
one of the
Why should
greatest scientists, just yeah.
Oh, he wasn't a scientist. You didn't know that?
I'm sorry, that was a wrong term. Yeah.
So why should anybody care what he said?
Just implies that we're being lied to, and
I mean, he
many
also
people
thought that
imply
nuclear
so
power
yeah.
was impossible, and then we dropped a bomb on a city.
Yeah, before it was invented, yeah.
No, he thought it would never be possible. He thought it was fake.
Oh, he thought it was fake. Oh.
Yeah. Like he thought that nuclear energy was fake. He thought it was like impossible, that it was not a thing that you could ever do. And then we dropped a bomb on a city. And he's like, oh, well, guess I was wrong. Like, he was wrong about a lot of things.
Oh, he was alive during that time.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Anyways, I got a question for you.
Okay. Do you have music playing in the background?
Yo, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It's
Let
fine.
me lower that.
It actually is kind of nice. It has a cool vibe.
Yeah, it's like Well, anyways, so I've got a bunch of questions, but let me see which is the priority here. So, if the Earth was supposedly spinning, what would be the absolute evidence of that spin of the Earth? Like any experiment you can name on top of your head?
Yeah, the Foucault's pendulum experiments, gyroscopic experiments, and Compton generator experiments.
You mentioned the pendulum. Is that your like the biggest one you can get, or it's like the combination of the three you mentioned?
I mean, they all show the same thing. They all show rotation.
Like separate experiments proving the same idea, you say?
Yep.
So we as humans were never actually experienced the spin of the Earth, because if we were in a plane or in a car, even the slightest move you can feel, but we don't feel the slightest move of the universe or in the planets or anything. We don't feel that slight move, which...
Oh, no, I'm
is
sorry.
impossible.
Okay, I thought Nikola Tesla died in the 50s, not the 40s. I guess Nikola Tesla died 2 years before the atom bomb was dropped. So that's my bad.
Oh, okay.
But regardless, he was wrong about that. He thought that it was impossible, that nuclear energy was not a thing that could happen, and then he was very, very wrong. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, we can't feel the slightest thing. We have a minimum sensitivity. This can be measured, like in the medical sciences, and it's something like we can sense about like 1 centimeter per second squared. That's like the very, very lowest threshold of acceleration. And the acceleration due to the Earth's rotation is like, sorry, not 1 centimeter per second squared. I think it's like 10 centimeters per second squared is what we can feel. At least that's what I've read, and I can get a source for you on that if you want. But but the Earth's rotation is about 3 centimeters per second squared, so it's smaller than the minimum threshold.
Smaller, so
you wouldn't expect to be able to feel it. It's too small.
Is my camera allowed to be on?
Yeah, you can turn your camera on.
To show an experiment. So this is using the Nikon P1000, which we're very familiar with.
Yep.
And he's gonna demonstrate a boat experiment.
Hold on, are we
He put the
changing?
camera
Hold on.
level-
I'm gonna shrink you down because we're not done talking about the rotation of the Earth.
I'm sorry.
Unless we're changing
my mistake,
topics.
yeah.
Are we changing topics?
We could, but it's up to you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, the way I see it, like there's very compelling evidence that the Earth is rotating. We have the 3 different experiments that I gave you, which all show the same thing, and they're all independent experiments. So why do they all show the same thing if the Earth's not rotating?
So the pendulum has been debunked. The other
How
two I
is it
forgot,
debunked?
But
How is the pendulum debunked?
there's forces around the Earth which influence the pendulum.
What
and
forces?
It's not the spin of the Earth.
What forces?
Like the ether with the A.
Oh, how do you know that?
AETHER.
How do you know that there's an ether? Where's the evidence of that?
Again, Nikola Tesla. It was removed element during the 1600s. They removed it from the table for the
There
periodic table.
wasn't a periodic table in the 1600s. The periodic table was
Maybe a
invented in
different
the late 1800s.
Okay, it was an element which was removed from the other elements. I'm not sure if the periodic table exactly.
Well, okay, but the ether doesn't exist. Like we've proven that it doesn't exist using scientific analysis. So
yeah, that's also being debunked. But anyways, the topic is not the ether, but the pendulum. There's different forces which, like magnetism and the Earth's magnetism and electricity from the ether that influences the pendulum to move. It's not detectable to
Oh,
be the Earth.
can you link me? Can you link me? So what direction is the magnetic field?
Towards the magnetic North Pole. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, what direction is the pendulum swinging?
Clockwise.
No. So it swings back and forth, and what it does when it swings back and forth is it rotate. Is it?
Oh, you mean in general? Yeah.
It does this, right? Like it goes like this over the course of 24 hours. And the point is that when the pendulum is going north-south, it will be swinging in the same direction as the magnetic field. And what you'll find is that because it's swinging in the same direction as the magnetic field, it won't experience any forces from the magnetic field.
Yes, it moves, but it's like local forces that can be explained like stellar aberration, and like it shows that the light shifts.
So the magnetic field cannot explain the motion of the pendulum. So do you think that there's an electric field that explains the motion of the pendulum?
Yeah, what do you think about stellar aberration?
We're not changing the topics.
Oh, that's not changing, but okay.
No, I mean, like, we're talking about the pendulum, are we not?
Yeah, and yeah.
So it can't be a magnetic field because the magnetic field is in the same direction of motion, and magnetic forces are only apply forces perpendicular to the direction of motion. When the magnetic field is perpendicular to the direction of motion, then you have the electric field. What direction is the electric field in?
The electric field?
Yeah.
I don't know actually.
It's up and down. I think the Earth is positively charged, and the sky is negatively charged. So it would be
something like that. Yeah.
It would be up, right? And so you have an electric field that points up, and a pendulum that's rotating. Now, the direction of forces caused by electric fields is in the direction of the electric field. So the Earth is negative and the sky is positive, so it points down. But either way, it's either up or down. It doesn't matter. The point is that the force would be up or down. It wouldn't cause it to rotate because it's just up or down. It wouldn't push it to the side. It wouldn't create a torque. So it can't be the electric field either. So if it's not a magnetic field, it's not an electric field. What is it? What's causing the motion?
So the stars, the sun, and the moon, they create an electromagnetic and like flow.
Well, it's not. But the electromagnetic fields aren't the things affecting the pendulum. We just talked about why.
They influence the Earth. In my research, they influence the Earth. These magnetic flows.
Right, but they can't be influencing the pendulum.
Who says that? Like, who denies that? Like, just like you say, just because you say.
I mean, we just talked about it. Like the magnetic field, when the pendulum is north-south, the magnetic field can't affect it, which means that once it gets north-south, it should stop. And electric fields that point down literally can't apply a torque to a swinging pendulum because it's not in the right direction in order to apply a torque to make it rotate. So how do you explain its rotation?
You debunked that. Yeah, my mistake. You debunked that. So the question is, if the pendulum's motion is a pure result of inertia, then how does it magically adjust its rotation speed depending on its latitude? On latitude alone.
It's essentially the Coriolis effect.
Truly spinning, like, wouldn't all pendulums like show the same effect everywhere? Not different effects.
No, and I mean it's pretty easy to make sense of this, right? Imagine that you have a pendulum at the North Pole. Then it's swinging back and forth, but the Earth rotates underneath it, and so of course it's going to look like the pendulum is changing the plane of its rotation. But if it's on the equator, it's spinning back and forth as the equator moves. It's actually not going to rotate at all because there's nothing turning relative to its plane of rotation, or plane of oscillation. So at the equator, it won't look at all like it's kind of precessing. At the North Pole, it'll precess once in a day. So it is entirely reasonable that it would change smoothly from precessing once in a day at the North Pole to precessing not at all at the equator, and then again once you get to the South Pole.
That's actually a good explanation about the question I asked. Yeah,
I'm glad.
So the pendulum, does it start swinging by itself, or it must be manually pushed?
I mean, if you have a pendulum just sitting at the bottom, it won't do anything. You have to like
So you need
push
manual.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to push it.
You have to get it swinging.
So if the Earth's rotation was affecting it, why does a human need to start its motion?
The Earth's rotation only affects things that are in motion. That's what the Coriolis effect is about.
So that's why other objects which don't move, they're not influenced by the spin. Because they're not in motion.
Yep. The Coriolis effect only affects things that are in motion.
Okay. But in my opinion, you shouldn't be able to push it, and I mean, it should start spinning eventually on its own if the Earth is truly spinning.
Why? It's hanging from something that's moving with the Earth.
I mean, if the Earth was spinning, like it should eventually, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, start spinning on its own.
But it's hanging from something that's moving with the Earth. So it's like, why would it start spinning?
Yeah, I got you. If you want, we can move on from this, but...
We can move on if you want. We beat this one to death.
Because I got notes here about the pendulum, if there's anything I'm missing, but that's all the questions about the pendulum, basically.
Okay. What about the gyroscopes?
I don't think I mentioned gyroscopes, did I?
I mentioned 3 experiments. The pendulum, the gyroscope, the Compton generator.
Oh, so we're going one by one?
We don't have to if you don't want to, but all 3 of them point to the same 15 degree per hour rotation.
Which was the third one then?
It's called a Compton generator. Not a lot of flat earthers know about it. It was the latest of the discoveries. It was discovered in 1905, I think.
Okay, let's do the gyroscope if you want, because since I'm not familiar with the third one.
Sure. So what do you think about the gyroscope?
I should look into it. Yeah. So it's I've seen like people debate about that and the main arguments you guys provide, but it's like a spinning disc that maintains its orientation, right? Regardless of like external forces.
Yeah, I mean, like they will slow down eventually due to like friction and stuff, and when they slow down, their angular momentum will change. But as long as it's spinning at the same speed, yeah.
So if the Earth's rotation was truly universal, all gyroscopes should drift at the same rate, but not that's not observed like consistently in the same rate.
No, again, the rate of drift depends on the latitude.
And the location, or only?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the latitude depends on the location, right?
Mm-hmm. And does the gyroscope interact with other forces like electromagnetic fields, which are highly charged, as high as in the atmosphere?
I mean, yeah. So in principle, like, I can imagine a gyroscope that's like made out of metal could be affected by like, electric and magnetic stuff. If you have like, you can have like eddy currents and you have all sorts of messy things. But you could build a gyroscope out of plastic and then you wouldn't really have an issue.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Okay. So if the drift was truly caused by Earth's rotation, wouldn't the effect be predictable, like, and self-correcting? Because like pilots, they should reset frequently to maintain accuracy. So they reset the gyroscope. Why would they do that if the spin was consistent and predictable?
Well, so my understanding, again, I'm not a pilot, but my understanding is the reason why they adjust it is because they use the gyroscope in order to tell them what level is. But as they're flying, because the gyroscope is... So like, imagine that they're flying around the globe, right? Like, they're flying around the globe. And let's say their gyroscope is originally pointed this way, and they're originally like this. Well, then, that would be level. But by the time they fly over here, the gyroscope will still be pointing up. But they want it to be pointing this way so that it's level. And so they have to adjust it every 15 minutes to make sure that it stays, so that level stays level.
So the gyroscope cannot adjust itself?
No, gyroscopes don't do that. That's the whole point. They point in the same direction.
Yeah,
that's
so
like the whole point of a gyroscope.
I got you. They manually do that.
Yeah, or they can have a computer do it or whatever.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, you give good explanations, but it's just hard questions. Like, we debate, but we don't get to a conclusion. But anyways, if there's more guests, I can jump out if you want. I mean,
I might
I've
end the
got,
live
like-
soon.
Oh.
So I mean, you might be the last guest anyway. So if you have any other
Okay,
questions, feel
let
free.
me get like one more question, which is important one.
Yeah, sure thing.
I use Ptolemy's geocentric Earth model to answer many questions. But I use other books and research that I've seen. But so yeah, that's an interesting question. Why did heliocentrism take 1500 years to become popular? Since we know that the geocentric model was like unshaken for 1500 years. That means that great astrologers, scientists, and astrophysicists defended the geocentric model for at least 1500 years, which is quite a lot of time. Do you acknowledge that?
Yeah. So to be clear, the geocentric model they were defending was not a flat Earth model. It was a spherical Earth. Okay. As long as we know that. So I suspect.
I don't think it's a spheric. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no. The geocentric model of like the like the medieval era, of like the like antiquity era, like post-Roman Empire collapse and all this. This was a globe where all of the spheres, all of the stars and the sun and everything orbited around the globe. That was the original geocentric model. Now the reason why they defended that and the reason why they thought that for so long is because my guess is partially religious, and the second thing is that they didn't really they didn't have the tools or the ability to really understand that the lights in the sky were like actually things that could potentially have their own gravity, could potentially have their own their own forces and things like that. And it took really until like, I don't know, I guess Kepler, or maybe Galileo. So Kepler, Copernicus, Galileo, these kind of like early scientists. I guess Galileo was the first one to actually see Jupiter with its moons. And that was the first time they saw something orbiting something that, the first time they saw that something was going around something that clearly wasn't Earth, right? The moons of Jupiter definitely go around Jupiter. And so that kind of kicked off this idea of, well, if the moons of Jupiter definitely are going around Jupiter, that means that not everything has to go around the Earth. So, that opens the possibility, right, for it could be something else.
So the moons of Jupiter, yeah. Can I show something like to switch the topic since you have a quite
sure.
I'm gonna leave this
Sure.
Yeah, I wanted to show an experiment which I really like. It's using a wooden block and a paper boat, and he's showing how it gets further away, and he cannot see it like the camera. And as he zooms in, let's see. So the camera is level to the block.
Well, it's not level because like the middle line of the thing is below the center of the frame.
He's comparing it to a beach. Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah. So it's not visible until he zooms in, and actually until he zooms in, we can even see the ground of the block, the wooden block. You see the ground here.
It definitely seems like he's tilting the camera.
It's just zooming up back in and out. That's done many times. And just like in reality, we see the boat and it disappears.
And
we don't see the
why is the camera below the block?
It is on exactly the level. It's like the split level of the camera. There's no explanation that the Globers have yet to provide. I mean,
well, I mean, so what I'd like to see is I would like to see that it's actually on level with the thing, because it's pretty clearly actually below the level of the camera, below the level of the block.
So if it is below, how can it see the top ground of the actual block further away?
Well, I think what's happening is I think that it's just not being held at the same height during the zoom.
He does it with a flashlight to represent the sun, and it slowly starts to disappear just like the sun is setting. But when he zooms...
Okay, so if you say that there's no explanation, would an explanation like the aperture gets bigger with camera focuses, letting light in above the block, would that be a sufficient explanation for you?
Yeah, that's what GVT provided, but we see that in reality he pulled back the sun in from the beach.
Well, wait a minute, so then why isn't that an explanation?
Because we see in reality the same principle with the sun.
Well, wait a minute. The video with the sun doesn't really do anything for you because it's not with the solar filter.
Yeah, what GBT explained is that the camera can surpass certain atmospheric stagnants, and he can surpass that and see further.
Well,
that's
I mean, I don't think that that's true about the surpassing certain
Okay.
whatever. I'm gonna make you smaller again if that's okay.
Yeah.
Did you try doing it yourself?
No, I don't have the equipment, but this guy is like, he does many experiments. It's lovely. It's amazing.
So one thing that I always ask, and then I'll probably end the live, but this is just food for thought.
Okay.
We see lots of videos of people zooming back in like small sailing ships, right? I've never seen a video of somebody zooming back in a cruise ship. And the reason I say that is because a cruise ship is big enough to the point where you can see it with your own naked eye disappear over the horizon. The issue with the small sailing ships is that if you're zoomed out enough, it might just be too small to see. And so it looks like you're zooming it back in. But really, it looks like you're pulling it back in from the horizon, but really you're just zooming into it and it wasn't over the horizon to begin with. So I would love to see a video of a cruise ship, which you can see disappear over the horizon with your own naked eye. I would love to see, okay, you can see it disappear over the horizon. It doesn't just shrink to a point. You can see its whole thing go below the horizon. I'd love to see that be zoomed back in, but I've never seen a video of that, and I've looked.
Specifically a cruise ship, interesting.
A ship large enough that you can see go over the horizon without it disappearing. That you can like see the
A
whole
ship,
thing
not
just
a
get
boat.
lower. Yeah, a ship.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen one.
And you never will. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna end the live. But I do want to thank you for
Yeah.
being here and being a good sport. Okay.
Thank you. I don't think if you remember me from past lives, but anyways.
I think I do, but I didn't want to assume. But have a good one, man.
Are you gonna do a gods a debate soon or
Yep,
like a
tomorrow.
religion? Thank you for answering.
Have a good one.
Appreciate your time and everything. Thank you, Dr. Blitz.
Thanks. And for everybody who's been watching, if you're watching on TikTok, watching on YouTube, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for enjoying. If you do want to join the community and get more notifications about when I'm doing these lives, join the Discord. There's a link in the Discord, or there's a link in the description for the link to the Discord. And if you're watching on TikTok, go to the link tree in my bio. There's a link to the Discord there. I will be live for a bit tomorrow, not the whole time, but I will be live for a bit tomorrow. And then I'm going to be on a YouTube show called Truth Wanted with the atheist community of Austin. So I will see you guys there, and have a good rest of your day.